He never slumbers.
Yeah. I'm back. Yeah. Look, crazy ain't the great nerdcore rap guy. Got into a dual fate and I just pulled a trap card. Third-rate rappers with a fourth-rate catalog. Destined for the shadow realm, y'all should never act hard. Flow is so insidious that I need an apprentice type. Master with the force, peep the context in my sentence, right? Phantom like the Sithis, just don't ask me what my pen is like. They know that I'm the menace, who you kidding? Bitch, I'm Dennis like. Sweet tooth job, hot-headed, rhymes are surely cold. Tested, you can never twist my metal like the jury goes. So I ain't never mad when I push it to the max. I got Chris riding with me, about to turn this bitch to Fury Road. Since animated, I'm the one the crew congratulated. When this rubber vibe protective cover like it's laminated. Damn, I made this 16 like a guillotine. It's fascinating. If you think that you're ahead, you get decapitated. All that aside, I ain't merely here to rap words. I'm here to tell you who representing for the black nerds. And to remind you, neither one of these are bad words. Biggest living mirrors, they just choose to see it backwards. Who be the leaders of discussion when a topic trends? Dissections got the culture under microscopic lens. Who got the type that you can miss it from the start and make you feel like an expert on the subject by the time it ends? Check the stat, Louis, viewership is mad nice. All these other shows don't seem to cut it, that's a bad slice. Off the books with unscripted jewels you can't write. No vampires, but these interviews on Anne Rice. Yeah, this is the best part. Rhymes on Mandalorian, Independence made a best score. Starting a war with these stars, you won't get far. This is the way you play a game of life or death star. So far removed from the drama, we don't notice harm, but won't hesitate to shed a light like a Patronus charm. With mischief managed, troubles at a disadvantage. Must be something in the water, dip your toe because you know it's warm. Where can you find another show with such a fine cast? And if you try to box them in, they playing Minecraft. And basically to sum it up like you define now, this crew's the best and it figures like a line graph. I'm Mary band like the words I do. Level-headed, you don't have to have absurd IQs. They know you can relate because they're nerds like you. With their help, you'll see the world from a blur's eye view. Yeah. You are now tuned in to Blerd's Eye View. And without further ado, we out. Yeah.
Hey everybody, what is happening? It's your man on the wall, Chris Fury, back again with another episode of Blerd's Eye View. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for showing up, showing out, and showing your support. But let's get this party started because the ship is warmed up. We're hot. We're ready to go. Let's see. Who wants to go first? You know what? Let's bring my brother in here. Navy Montel, what's going on?
Hey man, what's going on?
I've been so busy. I was going to call you the other day, and I said, I'll catch him. He knows what's up. I know what's up with him. What's going on? How you feeling?
I'm hanging in there, bro. I really am. This is the days are so weird. Not going to lie about it. But I'm taking a day at a time.
That's cool. That's cool. As long as we know you're with us and we are with you, we got your support. If you want, I'll let the
please. You're more than welcome. Your family, you know that.
So, our brother Navy Montel, he lost his father over the weekend. I think it was.
Yeah, it was Friday morning.
good Lord, the days are running together. And he was very close to him, obviously. And so as keepers of the flock, we checked in on him. We did our due diligence, and the Blerd community has checked in on you, and suffices to say, we are thankful that you are still around with us, and you have people to turn to and talk to, which is all that we've ever asked for out of this community in the first place. So I'm glad you're coping. You're coping.
Everybody who has shown me love, thank you. It's you really don't. You can never be prepared for this type of a loss, and it came at a time where, when you're on a high, and then that's going to be your challenge. But when I tell you, everyone has been coming and saying, show me love. Oh my gosh, my phone has not stopped. And it really made me realize how much people really cared about me, because I'm so used to worrying about other people. I'm so used to being there for everybody else. That's my joy. But to see it come back it's indescribable. So.
Yeah. This falls into that mental health state being that we always preach about and talk about. And speaking of somebody who has been covering for damn near everybody in his own shuttle.
There he is. Hey, bro. Long see no time. What's up, man?
I'm finally back on the ship.
That's the genuine nigga don't ask right
y'all
there.
touching knobs and shit.
Every time we turned around, he said, "Man, somebody else is sick in his house. I swear to God."
People coughing. The children just want to sneeze directly into your eyeballs. It's terrible.
all of this and I hope your nemesis didn't show up at the door in the midst of all this chaos.
I've only had to see him once this year so far. Thank Jesus.
It's pointed in your direction because you were like the main link in the whole family. You realize that, right?
I know he was just like, if this little bastard.
Like, why
me and God gonna have a talk.
What they twist.
So yeah, you're glad everybody's doing better, man. So you can commence with causing chaos, as he did in the chat earlier with with our boots on the ground.
I know not of what you speak.
Well, somebody who could back that up. Tafari, what's happening?
Don't bring me in on that.
It was perfect. It was perfect. It was seamless. I live for it.
That is some Toon Squad. Everyone laugh at the duck type of entrance.
Salutations,
No.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Tafari has been doing a great job for Black History Month doing Blerd unboxings. So he's been, what's it, day 6?
Today was 6. I have them going through Saturday, and then somebody else has offered to tackle in for the rest of the month.
Okay. So stay tuned for all of that. Because I'm doing the same, but as many know, I don't do a month. I do the entire year.
Mm-hmm.
I celebrate us year round, much like Navy, much like all of us. So I celebrate year round. How's in the building? It's first day. Is this first donation of the season? Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you. So yeah. Someone else who I gotta bring her in because it's been a while, but she got to see. She's been on a high since Sunday.
Hello, people.
There she
I just knew you were
is.
talking about me.
There
But I was
she
like,
is.
what was I on a high
Well,
on?
speaking
on
of
Sunday?
someone who has been celebrating all things K-Dot,
That's actually crazy that was on Sunday.
yeah.
Oh, hey.
But then
have
again,
no clue at the time. This is crazy.
oh, don't worry. My days ran together last week anyway. So,
Wow.
We need to attach a TARDIS to this shit because this is ridiculous.
Yes.
But yeah, we've all been kind of the black community as a whole has been on this high.
Look,
With
let me tell
rightfully
you,
so.
things
very
have
good
been
reason.
great. The only thing, I was so mad that I didn't bet what I wanted to bet on that damn game on Sunday. I let my friend convince me, and I was so mad because he convinced me down twice. It's the fact that the defense got a whole touchdown, and I said, you know what, I could bet a bunch of money on this. He said they don't ever get a touchdown.
Nigga,
He
can y'all
texted.
stop
He
splitting
te-
your
he-
friends?
5 touchdowns later.
He texted me, and
Don't make money.
he said I am so sorry, and I said I already seen it, it's fine. But I was like, it's whatever, because I ain't watched the Super Bowl in forever, and I still wasn't planning on watching it. But I was like, you know what, I'll even watch the Kendrick, because I actually wasn't gonna watch it till after, because I have no desire to stay up and watch the game anymore. But it was good. It was a good show.
Hey, it was a great show.
We were
If you got the message,
oh yeah.
congratulations.
Lady Mandalore and I, we were doing the pod on Sunday for a room full of blerds. Of course,
I
we
was
had
watching.
David Krause. And what's funny is when there were people in the chat telling us 2 minutes before the show, 1 minute before the show. And the more they told her, the faster she started talking. Okay. And don't forget, we're going to do them. I'm doing a click by click. I was like, what the heck?
Crying.
David's
That
face.
will be right
David's
back.
face was like, she's like, oh no, the little kids came out with a flag and they pointing at the lowercase a.
Yeah.
And David's face was like, oh my God.
It's so funny because it's like it was a lot of double entendres, because it's like he was promoting his own brand, like PG Lang and everything, but it also works as the A minor thing. So it's like, hey, people gonna take it however they want to take it. Folks love mess. All these companies love it.
Them breadcrumbs were everywhere.
I tell you
they
this,
were everywhere.
We're gonna dive into it later in the show, but yeah, the man's he's a genius. Spartan is in the building. What's going on? Is this Sans Wild Obi in Princess Eerie?
Gone.
Not they're gone.
Yeah. They have just actually gotten bass. That's all. I was like, it's quiet up here for now. For now, it's quiet.
That's nice.
Notice how Spartan got the camera. Normally, you can see a Wild Obi in the background.
He's usually at an angle. It's like to the left, so you can just see the chaos in the corner.
That boy's speed is picked up.
If you don't put him on an intramural track team, sir.
One other thing I've noticed is when Wild Obi's in the building, Spartan doesn't turn around right away. As long as he's in earshot, he's fine. I'm like, you've learned the art very well.
Only time you gotta worry about it is when it's quiet. Usually, if I just hear him going back and forth, I'm like, okay, he hasn't hit anything. It's like he hasn't hit anything to where I got worried about it.
That sounds about right. So, Bama says, he's in the Phantom Zone.
So I gotta ask real quick. I gotta. It's just general consensus for everybody. How did y'all enjoy last week?
What happened last week?
The D&D campaign.
Oh
shit! I missed it. God damn it!
Yeah, you did.
I loved it.
I'm sorry, but
I freaking loved it. I
was there for a little bit in the comments.
Absolutely loved it.
I now know some characters should not be drunk during D&D campaigns. And
she was a drow druid who was just drunk every day of the week.
I knew she was going to choose to be a druid. I was just like, she's going to choose this every lifetime, obviously.
But a drow druid? Oh, God.
Yes, she tried to be that last time with me, and I knew she was going to do it.
So stay tuned. We may be doing more. They may be going under a Patreon.
Oh, that sounds cool.
I am totally down because I've already got 2 adventures ready to go. I just got to put them on paper.
Let me get this.
Don't let me. If I join,
ain't no if.
Okay,
Dang.
when I join, all I can tell you as a player, I've never been a player. I've really never even been a DM either. But all I am here for, I'm just gonna say it all right. I am only here for for chaos and being the backpacking. Okay, I'm not about to be productive. Okay, it's that y'all gonna get the same treatment that I give people if they make me do an escape room. I'm not. I'm here for the funsies, for the chips.
This, which is what it's all about. So we're going to be doing a campaign. We know. We have our guest is in the building. I can't even say he's a guest.
He's a family return back to the house.
He's been here several times. He's family at this point. I next to K Dot and Mark Cooper. Crazy 8 the Great. I've never seen a person work this hard. Well, no, I've seen several people work hard like this in the Blerd community, but only in the Blerd community. So he's in that upper echelon of getting it out the mud and making it happen. And we talking about Hotep from Black Lion and Cubs.
What's up, sir?
This man, let me give this to you right now. Hotep, you
arms folded, sitting back going.
This brother works and makes it look easy. Although we know in this community it ain't easy, but he make it look easy. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, people? First of all, let me say, express my condolences to Navy Montel, my brother. I wish you power, my brother. I wish you power through that process.
Thank you.
Next to that, Chris, my brother, I want to say thank you for allowing me to spread the gospel and continue this mission of becoming the next biggest thing since Dragon Ball Z by allowing me access through your team and your panel and your podcast. Salute to you, Will. Spartan, what's going on? Tafari, Shoyo, what's going on? Good to meet you. Yeah, man, thank you for having me back, fam. Thank you for having me.
Man, it's always a pleasure because it always gives me a surprise when you got another project, got another thing popping in. I'm like, this man, we always talk about lack of sleep, right? I don't know where you're finding it.
Hey, sleep when I'm dead, man. Sleep when I'm dead.
Spoken like Nas. Sleep is the cousin of death.
Oh my God! Someone help! Spartan's being attacked by 12 ninjas.
I was like, oh.
He got attacked.
What just happened, sir?
Someone just did a drive-by on your whole mic.
Yeah, for real though, yo.
Oh, I would sound like that. What's that Facebook meme? Someone's breaking in my house. Why am I calling 911?
Oh my God!
You just be hearing duct tape.
Look, so Hotep, talk to the people. What are you working on this time?
All right, so you guys know my mantra is always to make a way, and part of my claim to fame was always how an individual can get it done fast, and get it done for less. So you never need to do any crowdfunding, need any investors and all that kind of stuff. So that's been my claim to fame, and I've been doing that with the video games, with the graphic novels, and the animation. Well, I'm here to share with you guys that I've kind of broken form in this case here. I decided last month that I was going to endeavor into the Kickstarter crowdfunding world. And so on February 1, I launched my first ever Kickstarter. It's been going phenomenally well. I am blessed that I have such support and built a team around me, people like you guys that help support me. But that's the short of it. I'm no longer a Kickstarter virgin, man. My cherry has been popped. So that's where it is. I have a new anime. Yes, the Amazing Araya anime. Very excited. I'd love to talk to her, talk about her story, or talk about the creation of that character. But in short, I have a new anime short film that I'm producing. It's 85% done. So for me, the Kickstarter isn't a money grab. That's not really the concern right now. It's really an opportunity to galvanize the troops around the project and the work that I'm doing, the Black Lion Cubs brand. And instead of just allowing people to give the likes and the hearts and the views, I've noticed over this past year and a half since it's been in existence that there's people that want to get involved on a deeper level, people that want to be a part of this movement, part of the attaining of this goal is becoming the next biggest thing since Dragon Ball Z. And so the Kickstarter campaign is really designed not so much for the raising of funds, but the galvanization of backers. And so I've always been the type of person to focus on quality over quantity. And that's even on my Kickstarter. Like I've reached our initial goal already in 9 days with a small amount of people. And the reason why I did that is because, as I said on a recent post, I'd rather have 4 quarters than 90 pennies. I'll say that again. I'd rather have 4 quarters than 90 pennies. So in a time where people are so excited about their social media views and following and likes and such, that's quantity. You can get more done with less if you focus on the quality. So I say all that to say I have the Kickstarter. I'm excited about it, and I'm loving the opportunity to talk to you guys and your family about it as well.
That's what's up. I love that analogy, and it makes sense. I don't want to carry around 90 pennies neither, because you ever carry around a lot of change? That's not good.
100%.
You'll lean to the left.
Oh my God! So I'm gonna show them one of the promos for Araya that you have. I'm so ready for this, to be honest with you, because I see everything that you've been doing. I've been a part of it pretty much from the beginning.
Yes,
and been watching just how it unfolds. So here's just one of the promos for that.
The boys had their turn. Girls run the world. See you soon. We all possess a little magic. Perseverance, determination, strength.
So that's just one of the promos for Araya. Talk to us about who is Araya and what is her place in the story of Black Lion and Cubs.
Man, thank you for allowing me to expound on that. Thank you for playing that. Shout out to Shakira Dunn, the voice of Araya. In short, Black Lion and Cubs, the storyline is centered around a father and his 2 sons and the variety of adventures that they go on. The story was created by a man, centered around a father and his sons. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of testosterone in the story. There's a lot of just male bravado, if you will, in the storyline. And as I continued to sell my graphic novels, I noticed that a large number of my customer base was female. And so I felt that it was important that a more feminine side and energy was represented on a larger scale beyond just the queen that I already have in the story. So as I started to move forward to pushing the children as the lead characters in the storylines, I committed to the idea that I was going to move beyond just the 2 cubs and introduce other characters. Much like you have the number 4 in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? You have 4, and then you have the teacher. That's kind of how I'm positioning Black Lion and Cubs. You have 4 children characters, and then Black Lion being the Splinter Master type character. So in short, I wanted to make sure that the first young character I introduced would be a female. And I selected Araya. Araya is the name of my niece. My brother-in-law and his family come over to our house every Christmas, and my boys have an opportunity to play with their cousin Araya. They get so excited when Araya comes over the house. She's older than them. She's so she can push them around. So my boys always getting bullied by their older cousin Araya. Funny thing to see. So in any case, I said, you know what? There's where I'm going to draw my inspiration and how I develop this character physically. So when you look at Araya and you hear the name Araya, that's her name. Even her hair and the beads were definitely, and her complexion are patterned after my niece. And I'm very excited about introducing her. She's older, she's equally as powerful, and she's always giving the boys hell, and that's part of her role in the whole storyline, is to balance the energies, if you will.
Navy,
love
got a
it.
question? Got a question, Navy?
First of all, Araya is beautiful. To me, she represents all the strong little Black girls out there who are just aspiring to be better, but know that they're destined for something great. Even though she's so young, is she going to have an antagonist? Is she going to have a rival to challenge her?
I love the questions that you guys ask. So the short of it is, I'm constantly in an ever-flowing mode of creation and evolution when it comes to my stories. I characterized it like this the other day. I said, you know what? I move at such a rate because one of my mantras is to live full but die empty. Live full but die empty. It's part of my personal mantra because I like you, Navy, have lost my father. And one of the valuable lessons it taught me when he passed at 50, right as he was getting ready to transition into a new career, retirement, and live the good life, right? He was never able to live that. He was never able to do that because he passed away. And so in watching that and observing that, it lit a fire in me to the extent that, man, I just can't wait. I can't. And that's the reason why this is my first Kickstarter. I never even thought about raising funds because I just got to get it out, man, because I don't know when my time is going to come. Right. I want to make sure, because this is father energy. I do this for my children first. Like, I'm not going to allow anything to stop me, deter me, get in my way from seeing it through. So I say all of that to say that Amazing Araya is the eldest of the four characters. She's her role is to juxtapose right now the male and the male dominated storylines and offer estrogen a different perspective, a different way of looking things, and also challenge the boys' notion of what a girl is and what a girl can do. And so right now, that is the start of as I introduce Araya to the storyline, that's the antithesis, if you will, the juxtaposition at first is not anything, is really internally her and her attempting to prove herself with her cousins who are already, notable heroes. And, now she's being, well, I don't want to tell too much of the story, but that's a juxtaposition though. So, but eventually as the storyline will continue and I build more characters, I plan on having something specific for a character to offset Araya, like you're describing. So that's a long, short question.
Mayhem, do you got a question?
Yeah, I don't want to fast forward past Araya just yet, but I am curious. You said that you want to build out sort of like your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles team. Do you have ideas about who your fourth is going to be and what that looks like?
Man, listen, all right. So the short answer is yes. He's already created and designed. On the low, that anime is already in production too. You see what I'm saying? So yes, the short answer is yes. I'm not gonna. If you go through my page, if you scroll through my IG page, you'll see mention of him. But I'm waiting. So that's the short answer. Yes. This is Araya's turn right now. This is Araya's turn. So I'm attempting to be patient and give her shine as it's due. And that's part of the reason why the Kickstarter was started in February. And the premiere of the film is gonna be in March. One is Black History Month. The next is Women's History Month. And so just transitioning with from a race perspective to a gender perspective, but all with empowerment. And that's all that my series is all about. Remember, true power comes from within.
Awesome.
Man, Tafari.
Not a question directly, but I have the Kickstarter pulled up, so congrats. I see the goal was is well overreached, so props. But it's also a very fine budget that I see you working with to get this done, because I ask for so much more, but then they produce so much less. So
that's Tafari. You know what? I'm not going to speak ill of anybody because I don't know you guys' relationships with everybody that you see, but I can't imagine. I don't understand how people need so much money to do so little. I'm like, what? Hold on, you got 15K for a book. You know what I'm saying? And you guys hear the echo? Something just happened.
Yeah.
You gotta bring us.
Am I good? Okay.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Well, I still hear the echo. Do you hear the echo?
You're good on my end.
I think it's your screen share.
Could be.
Yeah, if you're sharing audio.
There we go. Take that.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go. We sound good now.
That's one of the Streamlabs. When you bring everybody up, it just turns into a chamber for something.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be good now.
All right, yeah, try it again because man, that's looking good. I'm really proud of this page, man. But to your point, Tafari, I see people attempting to raise 500,000 and up for a project that, I mean, obviously they're nowhere near the completion. Or I see people for a book raising 30K, and it's just for one book. I spoke with somebody just yesterday. He says he raises about 15K per Kickstarter for his 78 to 100 page book, and his book costs him 30K. I'm like, your book costs you $30,000? What's wrong, man? So my point is, one of the reasons why on my tiers I have a course called the Indie Creative Masterclass. My journey, and the reason why this is my first Kickstarter is because no one ever gave me nothing. Like, this is my story, right? In my journey as a creative entrepreneur, goes back to the 90s in the music industry. I wanted a record deal. When I put out my first film, I wanted Hollywood to produce it. When I wrote my first book, I got all the rejection letters from publishers that I sent, query letters to. My journey is that of a person who can never find a way, and I tried, and I'm a consummate networker, and I follow it through. The creator made it in such a way that it forced me to have to make my own way. That's why my consulting firm is called Make a Way Consulting. So when I started Black Lion and Cubs a year and a half ago, the reason why I have produced so much in such a short amount of time is because I've developed a lifestyle and a penchant for doing more with less. And that's the reason why I created that Indie Creative Masterclass to help I think there's a stigma in the creative arts that things are so expensive, or people don't know where to find the resources to do what they want to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I have multiple animations, multiple video games, multiple graphic novels. Look at my page. I've got the collectible cards and other books. Like, I have amassed so much. And I can tell you, off one of these people's Kickstarter, I could have done that with one of theirs when they do their little one book. Not disrespect the one book, but my point is, I'm just saying, I don't know why people haven't mastered this art. There's an art to it. I've mastered it. I get it done. I get it done fast, and I get it done for less. So to the point of this animation, and you know what? Like I said, it's not the money. I'm not concerned about the money because, like I said, the project is already done. You understand? Let me say that again. The animation is already done. I'm providing an opportunity for people to contribute and get, some production credit towards it. But it's already done. Next month, I'm delivering next month, not next year, not in 8 months. So I'm hopeful that people take advantage of that tier and learn this make-away method that I teach to help bring their dreams and their visions and ideas to fruition. Live full and die empty, So, that's just a different perspective. It's the reason why I'm not raising, much. I'm interested in backers. I'm not interested in money. I'm interested in people. So my goal as I move forward, I've reached the financial goal easy, no problem. Thank you guys. I'm interested in you. I'm interested in people. I want to reach 100 backers. Right now I'm at 20 something, almost 30. I want 100 backers for this campaign. By the end of the month, I want to have at least 100 people who have contributed. That's when I'd be happy to say, okay, I got more people, more quarters now, not pennies. I got quarters. And instead of, 30 or 40, I got 100 plus. So that's where I'm at now. And thank you for that question or observation, Tafari.
Yeah.
See, I like what you mentioned just now about you've already met the goal and you're not even worried about the money. You're worried about the people. And when I look at what you've put out, you yourself, creative theory world, people like that's in that realm that they getting it out the mud and they not doing it with a lot. They getting off their own sweat off their back. And then I look at one other entity that shall remain nameless, and they're raised over $1 million, and there's nothing to show.
A whole lot of mouth.
Well, you see, now this is my problem, and part of the reason why I really stepped away up until the creation of this course. I stepped away from supporting entrepreneurs. Like I'm an entrepreneur trainer and coach from a long time ago, and before the prominence of social media. So there were people like me and other notable people across the country, black big thinkers and people to push the entrepreneur envelope that were doing well in that space back in like 2005, 2010. IG and social media came up, and what it did is it flooded the market with half-ass gurus. You understand? But it just led through a lot of nonsense. And so what happened is people couldn't discern the truth from the lie anymore. And in fact, the lie is real easy to manipulate. So now, you have more followers. So now your knowledge must be superior. And I'm talking about people that learn from me. I'm talking about these are my students. These are my sons and daughters out there, right? But they're able to manipulate algorithms and such and make their voice louder. So I said, you know what? People have such a hard time telling between the fake and the real, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I stepped away from it. And so to your point, Chris, that's what's happening, and you have to respect it. Like as a businessman, if you're able to raise $1 million, you're doing something right. You understand? You're doing something right. Game recognized game. But I made a conscious decision a long time ago not to play that kind of game with the manipulation of people. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's done. You see it, our president doing stuff like that. Like the game is afoot, and people know how to manipulate people into action with foolishness and lies. It's a science. There's a science to it. Some people do it extremely well. I know the science. I've chosen not to play that game because I have to sleep well at night. I sleep real good every night. You understand?
That part.
That part. You see what I'm saying? So my point is that's what's happening, and it's unfortunate because anyway, you see what I'm doing with a fraction of that. You understand? So no one can tell me that it takes all that, and then I'm gonna leave it alone because again, I'm not here to talk bad about people.
I just know I backed the right horse. That's how I know. I was like, yeah, but this one over here, he really doing it over here. I'm seeing what you are producing. I'm seeing what you're putting out. I'm like, and I think in a year you did comics and animation, a game, and I'm like, yo, he's over here and done it like you said. You've done it with less. So and not only did you do it with less, you said, I'm going to show the community how they can do the same thing.
That's right. That's right.
So Spartan, did you have a question?
Oh crap, y'all can hear that?
Yes.
Bro, it sounds like Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom going on over there, man. We got Marlon Perkins over talking about we have the elusive OB as he is running through the Serengeti.
That's a good ass mic.
don't see the yellow light around you when
Bruh.
I kept looking to the left. I was like, okay, what he hit? He's like, okay, what he hit? I didn't think I was picking it up.
I know my mic is too loud.
This is one time so far we hear you clearly because there's not a lot of background. With Spartan, it's just like lips.
Yeah, our shifted thing.
Oh, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
I was like the whole time, like all I saw was Spartan kids are battling for supremacy. I'm like, y'all can hear me.
You'll hear somebody in the back screaming mustard, and then it's all over. It's all.
Social media era to the era of the grift, back to good content. Thank God.
Oh man. So did you have a question?
Oh man, that threw me off for a second. That threw me off. Well, I will say this. There's not really a lot we can say, man. You are just an inspiration because every time you come back, you've always got something different. You've always got a different direction. You know exactly how to get there, and you're doing it with, like you said, you're doing it with less but assuming more. The only thing I can ask you, because I've been around, you've done this dance twice or more than twice. Sorry, I'm trying to get my son's violence out of my head down there. But what is the only thing I can ask you is, out of all that you've went through in your processes, what is the one lesson that just constantly you're reminding yourself of, or that piece of wisdom that you're reminding yourself of that you go through?
That's a great question, man. Without taking too long on the question, the most immediate response that comes to mind is my children, man. You understand? Like, I'm a father, man. I feel like I'm a father before I'm even a black man. You understand what I'm saying? Like, father first. Like, like that's how, man. And I love being a father. And so, again, being a father and also losing a father has given me such an energy and a motivation to do it well, to do it right, to have principle, and to get it out there so that if the time ever came for me, my children can know what daddy was about. You understand? That's what I want to leave it for them, so that when my time comes, man, I don't have, you got to go through notebooks and you got to wonder like it's there so you can see it. You boys here. And now I'm in a space where other people feel what I just said right there. They say, dang, Hotep, I feel the same way for my children. I feel the same way for my community. And that's what this Kickstarter is all about, galvanizing those people that feel that kind of energy and can see demonstrated and demonstrably, right, that your boy ain't talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking. You can see it. You can play. Shoot, this campaign, I'm ready for my next one. I got a video game about to drop on them, man. That's, wait till you see this video game. And it's 85% done as well. Like I have so much so my point is, that's what this is all about. It's for my children. My children are the Energizer battery in my back. And my mortality is the extra boost. You understand? The extra boost, because when it's my time, I'm gonna leave empty, man. Y'all ain't gonna have to wonder. Your Hotep God is right there. He been holding it for you guys because he didn't want to release it all at the same time on the same day no more. He wanted to drip it a little bit.
Okay, gotcha.
Before I get to show call, I want to say I knew you were on game when you started talking, when we first started talking. And I'm like, okay, this cat's from New York. I've dealt with a lot of cats from New York. And one thing I'm going to tell you about New York, they hustle.
Facts.
They hustle.
Facts.
It is a vibe, undeniable. I need to get my tail back to that city. But I appreciate it. And I'm like, yo, he's not just talking. He got the product. He is ready. Is ready to go. He just like, do you want to see it? Do you want to read it? Do you want to play it? It's here. I got it for you, baby. It's right here.
Any way you want it. Any way you want it. And that's why I created that gift box, man. Yo, hold on. If you can show the gift box to your people.
Yes.
Yo, yes. Hey, hold on. The gift box. I gotta shout out my people at Otaco New Orleans, man. He gave me the idea, to do something like that. I said, man, for my backers, I like to show them even more how serious I appreciate them getting behind this movement. Let me create something that's so unique, so special, but also so dope. There it is, man. Like, yo, how many people can deliver like this? And then, not to mention what's inside of that. Ain't no empty box, man. People get the graphic novels, they get the pins, they get there. You got there it is, man. Filling up the box, man.
That's like, cold.
It is.
That's 9 enamel pin, 9, my brother. Those are the graphic novels, man. Not the digital, physical copies. Yes, sir. You about to say? I'm sorry.
This was the one that really sold me. I seen this piece here.
Oh, the coin.
Let's go. Come on, man.
Man, come on. Listen, man. Like again,
I said I got to have that coin.
I come from a different planet, man. I wish I was at the crib. I'm actually in New York right now for a conference, but if I was in my lab, I could have showed you the coin. Like, I have these things right here. It's not something like, for most people, they create these campaigns and they have to order it, and then hopefully it comes in on time. And hopefully it looks like you don't have to ever wonder when it comes to me, man. I got it right here for you. Yes, we create our own currency at Black Lion and Cubs. You understand? Like, it's a whole nother way of thinking and operating, and that's what I want to first of all demonstrate, because I lead by example, man. I don't talk that stuff, man. I walk it. Just to let people see it, to let them know that, as Chris said, if you are getting behind a movement, if you want to get behind a horse, if you are a betting person, y'all talked about putting your money. You missed out on the Eagles. Don't miss out on Black Lion Clubs. You understand what I'm saying? Don't miss out, man.
Oh,
I'm built for this. That's what I'm saying. I'm built for this, and I've been here for a long time doing this. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop talking, man.
Whatever, sir. Whatever.
So,
don't even. Nah.
I have my 2 ladies. One of them is my second in command. But Shoko, did you have a question?
I guess my only question would be, what was the reason for you? I can see the connection because you talked about the characters, but what was the reason for you initially deciding to name it Black Lion and Cubs? Yeah.
So I'm a child. I was born in the 70s, but my wonder years were in the 80s. Okay. And I came up in New York. My brothers and I used to collect the comics. Like, I was everything that what you call a nerd. Like, I don't really identify with the term nerd or blerd, like, because I came up in the 80s. A nerd is the worst thing you could have been. You understand? That's my trauma. Navy know what I'm talking about. Listen, man. I came up in the 80s. They made movies about the nerds. Like, yo, it was the worst thing. So my trauma, no nerd, nothing associated with that. But that said, in the 80s, I was everything that you would call a nerd. I was a big comic book head. I was a hip hop head. I was into all the cartoons and original NES video games. That was me. That was my life. All that being said, my father, and I keep going back, man, Navy, I hope it's not, hurting your feelings as I speak about my own father.
No. If anything, it just shows that love, that influence, Yeah,
man.
My dad was the same way. So trust me, all these comics I got in the back.
Yeah.
That was the man that got me going. So
see? So a little different for us. It was the opposite. So me and my brothers were big into comics. My father, my parents got divorced, so my father, I lived in Long Island. My father was in the Bronx, and so what had to happen? Y'all,
that was Shoko. I swear.
All that clackety.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
We've had this conversation about your mechanical faculties.
Amen. Yeah,
Anyway.
lucky I didn't buy this new actual mechanical typewriter the other day. I saw a really nice one at the thrift store and I almost bought it. Okay.
So what's
she's very ASMR. I swear to God. She's just like this sound.
She is Asperger's.
You will hear that type. You will hear that keyboard coming before she does.
What's funny is that you'll see her, you hear her typing, but you'll see Mayhem looking down. So it's like, wait a second, is he typing?
No, because he typing something to me, and I'm responding to his ridiculousness.
So he's catching you and getting you caught up. He's going, what? I don't know what you're talking about. What?
No, but
shame.
Hotep, as you were saying, like your explanation.
Yeah. Sorry. So anyway, my father, they were separated. So my father, in his effort to stay connected with his sons, tried to find a way to get into comics. So my father was the one that was really big into Asian culture. We used to go to 42nd Street, watch all the Kung Fu movies. He practiced the Aikido. That was our introduction to Asian culture. He decided to get into a comic book called Lone Wolf and Cub.
Yeah.
Lone Wolf and Cub.
Classic.
Yeah, okay, so
my stepfather had that movie.
Yeah.
He got that.
So we didn't even know it was a movie. All we knew that, and so this is how it worked out. In the 80s, Frank Miller started drawing Lone Wolf and Cub.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a big Frank Miller fan because of what he did with Wolverine and then later on with Dark Knight. So my father says, okay, he starts collecting Lone Wolf and Cub. I'm picking up that book. I look through it. It's not really my thing, but that's our connection. My pops is collecting comics. His sons are, so that's the connection. So fast forward, I'm a father. I have an opportunity to create an anime brand, and it's centered around a father and his two sons, and it brought back that whole energy and that feeling of spirit. And that's the reason why I came upon the term Black Lion and Cubs, to honor my own father, my upbringing, that connection, the dopeness of that magazine, and the fact that with my hair and the way my face is structured, people used to say I look like a lion. So that's the Black Lion part.
Look, I remember that movie. My mother did not want me and my brother to see that movie because she felt like it was too violent until she left us at home alone, and we said, "Are we watching this?" It was like, shouldn't have left it in that cabinet. She left it alone. She left it around myself, which was known as the detective. So I just went in and watched it. I'm like, she was worried about this. This ain't even real blood. So yeah, everything you described, because born in the 70s, child of the 80s, so everything you described is exactly my life. Like exactly.
That's why we connect, man. That's why we connect, and that's also why Black Lion and Cubs is a retro brand, because again, I'm not trying to keep up with the Joneses. I'm not trying to, be like whatever's happening. I'm not with the flavor of the month. I'm OG status. I'm with the antiques and the things that grow, and like the old school cars. You know what I'm saying? It's built for longevity. So in any case, I wanted retro style to throw back to the 80s for people like you, Chris.
That's what's up. Lady Mandalore, any questions?
Lady Mandalore.
Hey, what it is? How are you, my guy?
Second off, I need that shirt, dear.
I don't know. I got it from Brooke. I don't mean to later.
No. You tell us where you got it. Don't do that.
She gonna tell. She'll tell us. I
will. I don't want to take away. Lord, I just got in here hot. Things happen.
Pause.
My brain. How? How?
And there go the keyboard.
Y'all immature.
The fanfic is being written. Slowly she comes into the room, claiming that she is.
Hey, Mayhem lucky I ain't got a death note on me. Not gonna.
Hi, Hotep. How are you doing, honey?
I'm wonderful.
That is swell. What? Oh Lord. Do you have any plans of expanding your universe to, I don't know, like even a webtoons type of series? Are you trying to keep all your I'm gonna be real. You trying to keep all your money in your pockets from this venture, or are you thinking about taking a hit and expanding to a point where you get a broader audience, if that makes sense.
No, it makes a perfect sense, and you're right. That's the trade-off. That's the compromise.
Yeah.
You know, I do live by the principle: it's either ownership or it's slaveship, and so I maintain control of my creations. It's part of the reason why I've always kind of my whole career has always been like right below sea level. Like, you know, I'm doing good. I'm not deep in the underground, but I'm not rising. I'm not on the radar of you know the mass public, which has been good for me in some ways. But in this case, for Black Lion and Cubs, I believe, and it's part of the reason why I have a Kickstarter now, is I believe it is the singular biggest project that I've created that has the chance of really becoming a phenomenon. And that's the reason why I always liken it to Dragon Ball Z, right? Because Dragon Ball Z is a phenomenon. I believe so deeply in Black Lion and Cubs that it can become a phenomenon like that. The response that I've seen and gotten from people, not just Black people, I'm talking about people of all races and culture, rock with Black Lion and Cubs, seeing fathers and families come together, all that's encouraging to me. So in short, I do have plans on expanding, and I don't mind taking a loss on the money. Like financially, I'm good. I have other streams of income. You see, with finance is what I do here. And the African proverb is, if you want to go fast, you go by yourself. You want to go far, you go together. All right. I've gone fast all my life. I want to go far with this one. So that, again, I give long answers to short questions. I do on. Thank you.
Give as much detail as you need to, boo boo. Listen, look. If you're giving an answer and it's a true answer, be as long as you want to.
I appreciate it, and so you know, in short, that's the reason why I have the Kickstarter. I do plan on expanding with a relationship that's fair with other entities that can take it to a whole nother level. And you know, and compromising on the money is not an issue for me.
Is there anybody that you're thinking about? Pipe dream?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, because I have a 3 and a 5-year-old, we still spend a lot of time watching PBS Kids. And at some point, you know, I had thought about, you know, what would a partnership with, you know, a public broadcasting station look like, you know, with Black Lion and Cubs. It's, you know, there's nothing like it, that they don't have anything like that. So PBS was one of them. I haven't really, you know, I'm just so deep into creation and manifestation that I really don't spend a lot of time thinking about what other entities are out there that can help me. And that might be part of the challenge, is like, you know, that's what you need to do, man. Like you've done enough, man. Like get to the bigger level. And so again, hopefully through Kickstarter and interviews like this, people hear what I'm saying, they see what I'm doing, and say, man, I can't believe we haven't seen that yet, and help me bring it to the next level, you know.
I think what stands out, especially, you know, since we're big fans of cartoons and everything, when you see shows like in its current, it just recently ended, like Craig of the Creek, when it's just like, it just happens to be about this little black kid in this neighborhood full of kids that's representative of every background, right? But it's just the stuff that they do, you know, that they go through. And it's like, as a kid, you can recognize that type of stuff. You know, you recognize going out playing in the woods. You recognize just using your imagination and trading stuff for candy and goods and whatnot. You can recognize that because you've done it. So when you see stuff like Black Lion and Cubs, where it's showing this father figure and these two young boys and the stuff that they do in saving the world, it just has this super human element to it, but at the same time it has this very level family dynamic that's going on, and they just happen to be black. It's like that's where that's where we're all trying to get our stories at this point. It's like, no, we don't care that we care that they're black, but we don't want that to be the focal point.
Right.
We want to get it to where, like, we got good stories going on here. We got a good story that's being told. They just happen to look like us.
And
you know,
what you said is like it strikes me at home because I believe as human beings we are more alike than different, right? I always stand on that. As human beings we are more alike than different. However, it requires us being okay with being who we are and comfortable within our culture to demonstrate the truth of that. So you see me, you see my hair, you see my chain, you see the ankh. You look at Black Lion and you hear my name. Everything speaks African and someone that's conscious of his culture and history, right? I create Black Lion and Cubs. It is more evidence of that. However, it never ceases to amaze me and encourage me the number of non-Black people that can look at Black Lion and Cubs and see themselves in it, right? To the point, I did a con like a month ago. This white man comes up to me. He's short. He has a long beard, glasses, a headband. Looks like he would ride a Harley Davidson. You understand? Like he looks like I wouldn't be surprised if he on his Harley Davidson he has the Confederate flag, right? That's just like how he looked. On his shirt, it says something like Celtic Pride on it, and it had the what's it?
that crest.
The leopard, the whatever that Celtic thing is.
Right? Celtic cross.
Something like that. It was very Celtic. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so he looked like this. Came to my table, purchased one of everything, and said, "Man, I rock with this, man. I love this, man. I love Egyptian stories and such." I had to take a picture with this man because, again, you would have never thought that a person who looked like that, who had so much pride in his own culture, could see or would invest in, not just talk about, but spend money in something that looked like his antithesis. But again, the truth of the matter is it's not his antithesis. We see brother, that's my brother right there. You understand? I have no problem saying that. He's my brother because we're brothers in fatherhood, we're brothers in spirit, in being comfortable in our culture. So I stand before you like as a proud Black man. He says, "Yo, Hotep, I stand before you like as a proud Irish man or Celtic, on or whatever." And yes, we're brothers in that right too. You see what I'm saying? Two men proud of our culture, standing in our culture, who have no problem bigging up or respecting someone else, man. That's a beautiful thing.
That's what it's about. If they could just get that's how simple of a message.
It's about finding it's about telling a story about humanity and realizing there's no one story. There's no one way to write this story. Every culture has their own story, which is interesting. It's not because somebody's better than the other. It's because, oh shit, you overcame this obstacle, or you figured this thing out, or you made a connection with another tribe or whatever. It's all of those things. It goes across all cultures.
Fred Hampton said it best. We all getting it out the mud. We not each other's enemies.
Absolutely. And to Will's question about, I think somebody asked me about another character or the fourth one. That was Will. The fourth one is a white kid, right? And just to give you a little heads up on it, the fourth one is a white kid, and this is a white kid that's going through slavery. You understand? And so when you see his story, a very interesting story about how white people have gone through those types of struggles too. His story is like that, but the Black story ain't no slavery in our story. You understand? And in the Black Lion and Cubs, there ain't no history of slavery. But for the white boy, there is. So again, helping people see the humanity and see things from different lens points. It's known as perspective consciousness. In fact, I'm speaking about this tomorrow. Is being able to understand that every human being has their own perspective. We need to be conscious of that, and their perspective sometimes it may be the same as yours. Sometimes their perspective will be different, and guess what? It's okay. You can have a different perspective, and you know what? Guess what? You got a different perspective. I can even see your perspective too. I don't agree with it. Let me just say it. I don't agree with it, but I can see it. I can salute and respect that, and we dap it up and keep it moving. You understand? That's perspective conscious.
So, Hotep, we're getting ready to take a break.
I got to get ready to go, man. I'm thankful.
Tell everybody where they can find you.
Man, go to the Kickstarter as you have here. Please keep it there. Or blacklionandcubs.com. At Blackline and Cubs on TikTok and IG. I keep it simple. I keep it consistent. Man, look, stay with me. Follow me. Watch what I'm doing. I'm not going nowhere. I've been here, still here, ain't going nowhere. Shout out to Blerd's Eyeview. Thank all of you for allowing me to help spread this gospel and encouraging people to get behind this anime project for Amazing Araya.
The Hotep, it's always a pleasure having you over here, man.
What do you say?
Your conference that you're at, is it like a public thing? People can come see you, or what is the?
This is an educators conference, so it's for school teachers and principals.
So keep your kids at home, okay?
That's all right.
Do the homework and do extra credit.
Go follow all those socials that my man Hotep is at. Go show your support at the Kickstarter. Show your love, man. Hotep, always a pleasure. Once again.
All right. I'll see y'all next time, man. Stay with me, people. Peace.
See
you.
Absolutely, man.
All right. We will be back. We're going to be talking about, first we're going to do a reaction. We're going to talk about Thunderbolts. And then we're going to be talking about the K-Dot Bowl. I don't know nothing about the football game. I'll see y'all later.
Running low on energy, long days and even longer nights, tired of all the other energy drinks and bars promise you a lot and never delivering? Need to make it through work, but want a product that can keep up with your busy lifestyle? Want no longer? Try Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls. The balls that are so smooth and with a load of nutrients and vitamins to really get you up and bouncing off the walls. Made with all natural ingredients and healthy junk to satisfy even the pickiest eater. Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls are sold everywhere where you buy your junk. And now for those who want that extra kick in the butt, comes Chef's Heavy Duty Chocolate Salty Balls with 120% more caffeine than the leading brand. Disclaimer, this product has not been approved by the FDA or World Health Association. Warning, this product is not intended for consumption by children, elderly people, or women who are pregnant or may become pregnant. You might even get pregnant.
Hey, what's going on, folks? CJ here, 1/3 of the 3 Black Geek Squad, and the Blerd Station BlerdCon live stream in 2024. What more can be said? Me and the good folks at Blerd Station Press Corps, we put in a lot of hard work into making that happen last year, and with that came us being able to highlight a lot of indie creatives, con-goers, podcasters, even some of the guests at the convention. We were able to highlight them. And it actually was a huge success, due in part to a lot of you guys that happened to see us there or watched us, and we had a lot of fun doing it. And it was great to be able to give back to the community that put us in this spot in the first place.
However, with this amount of success comes curveballs. The state of Virginia charges an exorbitant amount for the most basic Wi-Fi services. So now we're turning to our community.
We want to show how great we can be when we don't have any obstacles in our way. So we're asking for help with building a spirit bomb. We're calling on our Leaf Village to help us literally win the internet.
So just imagine your favorite Black-owned business or even your own finally getting to be seen on a global reach outside their own backyard. You can get more information on the sponsorship tier list at www.blerdStation.com/BlerdCon-broadcast. This is Chris Fury of Blerd Station. We'll see you at BlerdCon 2025. Blerd's Eyeview is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blerd's Eyeview for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blerds across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 Blerd mystery box company. All right, here we go. All right, so before we get to the K-Dot Bowl, as you've noticed, most of the time during the Super Bowl, all jokes aside, most of the time during the Super Bowl, you get a ton of commercials. Wasn't there for that. Ton of trailers. Wasn't much to pick from because everybody decided to drop their trailers almost a week early. So, but do shout out to Disney for doing their Lilo and Stitch promo run. I guess y'all been listening to us because we said, hey, if you kept it simple, there you go. So. But yeah, they did have a nice promo run with Lilo and Stitch. They also decided to do a second trailer teaser drop for Thunderbolts. We're going to check it out right now. And let's just say Spartan gets his wish. Here we go.
Let's talk facts. The Avengers are not coming. Who will keep the American people safe?
There's some big threat out there, and you are gonna help me stop it.
Wait, us?
Yeah, you. Why, you got someplace to be? I love that guy.
So none of us comply? So what, we all just punch and shoot? I can't think of a worse group of people trying to work together.
Stop! Please, John, stop! Where were you? Where were you?
Everyone here has done bad things. You can't escape the past. Hey, it's like your mind is somewhere else.
So you can do something about it now, or live with it forever.
This could get messy.
No shit. You thought you were gonna be some great saviors? You can't even save yourself.
We can't do this. No one here is a hero.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
Okay, that was really good.
We are the Thunderbolts!
Can't call ourselves that.
God, thank you.
This has makings of team that can rise to glory. Bring light from the darkness. This team can be the heroes on the Wheaties box. With a little giddy toy.
Alexei, have you slept?
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I'd like not to die today, so maybe somebody else should be driving.
Couple key points here. I think they're trying to make me like John now.
Who's John?
John Walker.
The sort of Nazi Captain America.
The one who got his ass kicked by 6 black women in a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Captain America.
Two.
Yo, just smile and nod, baby. It's okay.
Spartan gets his what if wish.
There's nothing wrong with cop buddy movie. It told you it could work. It could work. I told you this.
3, we're getting the void.
Yep.
I don't know how long they sat on that one, but I mean, if you're a fan of Marvel Comics and you know who the Sentry is, the Void was going to show up anyway.
I still think there's something else they're hiding that they're besides the Void, and I can't put where that silver gauntlet came from.
Yeah,
it's sticking with me and it's bothering me, and I can't put where it's a certain villain that's gonna pop up, and I just can't think of his name to save my life right now.
A silver.
Yeah.
No.
So
you're not talking Quasar, are you?
No.
Mm-hmm. Clearly, the Avengers building has been bought by Val. We know that now. It has not gone to Reed Richards. It's going to the Contessa. She prefer you call her that, not Val,
or Lady Hydra,
or Lady Hydra. John Walker's Shield has seen much better days. The thing is damn near wrapped around his arm at this point.
But you are right though. They're trying to make Walker likable now. It's like it's his redemption arc.
Can we go back? Because for the people that don't know what y'all are talking about, A, who's the Void, and B, what silver gauntlet are you talking about?
All right, let's run it back. So, first trailer of the Thunderbolts, we are introduced to a character by the name of Bob. Now, in the
comics, I giggle because I know that's why I giggle. Sorry.
So in the comics, it's Robert. His name's Robert, but they call him Bob. The Sentry was created literally as an April Fool's joke for Wizard magazine. Stan Lee was behind this creation. He had a whole backstory for him and everything. You know, this kid Robert, he gets tangled in with the professor at this local college and messes around, and the professor dies, and he ends up with this serum that makes him strong enough. I think it's 10,000. He has the strength of 10,000 exploding suns. Right. Every hero in the Marvel universe has forgotten about the Sentry. But when he's around them, their memories come flooding back. Oh, we remember you. You helped us. You were there when we fought XYZ.
It's like the silence in Doctor Who. You don't realize they're there until you see them and go, oh.
And
then he's the only one who has been around the Hulk, and the Hulk has calmed down. He's the only one that's been around the Hulk, and it's just kind of like he's the only one. Like if the Hulk goes on a rage, call in the Sentry. Problem is, the Sentry is an agoraphobic.
Yes.
And for those who don't know what agoraphobic is, he has a fear of public places. Yeah.
You don't want to go nowhere.
He was Marvel's answer to Superman, but they wanted to cut him at the knees, give him something to be weak about. That was one of them. And they said his greatest enemy was the Void. That's what they said. They said his greatest enemy was the Void. Well, who was the Void? It was this shadowy presence that you never really understood what their power was about. You couldn't even wrap your head around the whole 10,000 exploding suns. You just know, well, the sun itself is powerful. I can just imagine what 10,000 suns can do. So, it turns out that the whole story of the Sentry and how he got his powers, that's not how it happened. The professor thing was made up. It turns out Bob was actually a junkie, and he was looking for his next high, and he broke into a science lab on the college campus and just kept himself full of the first thing he seen. And that just happened to give him power. Bob, the junkie, is an agoraphobic. He had a little robot that he called Clock, spelled CL, and Clock would tell him all the events that's happening around the world. And he says, you have X amount of time to get over here to stop this volcanic explosion, or you have this amount of time to stop this earthquake over here. Make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like how does Superman show up everywhere? So,
Yeah, Bam was right. It was in the Fear Itself storyline.
So, what part of his powers turns him to like bending the ink machine? Like, why were people turning? Were they turning into dust or like getting turned into?
They were getting sucked. They're getting sucked into another dimension.
Okay, because I'm like, why are they turning into like the other side of a fridge sticker on the floor? Like, what is happening?
Because that's supposed to be where it's like it's like, you ever seen like how a body gets incinerated? It's always the outline that's left. Kind of the same deal with the void. Like the outline of the body's gone. Like the outline of the body's still there.
Yeah,
but pretty much that's just when they got.
Also, very generous for give Taskmaster a name card, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't make it off that rooftop.
Yeah, by the ways of that trailer look, I like to see what happens with Red Guardian.
Apparently, and then do a walk of fame at the building. So
no,
which I'm like, I'm pretty sure them get sent like across like the. Also, I'm curious to see how much of a beating he can actually take.
This is why the Thunderbolts has an asterisk.
Red
I'm
Guardian.
gonna come up there. Don't make me come up there.
It's about to go sideways, ladies and gentlemen.
So then, what is Val's selling point then? Is she trying to recruit them, or is she trying to sell?
So Val is the best way I can describe Val is she's the. I don't want to say in the comics she's the evil version. She's an ex-Shield agent, Hydra agent. She's a female Nick Fury.
I was gonna say Power Broker Light, but that works too.
Yeah,
that works
but
too.
I think, but as you know, when they carry something over from a comic from page to film, there's going to be some changes. So right now, she's striking me more as not exact, more like she's like Nick Fury, but she's like, no, but I got more pull than the government itself.
She's Amanda Waller. She's basically Amanda Waller unchecked.
She's Amanda Waller. She's Amanda
Without
Waller.
hips.
Because I see her saying, start coming. I'm like, well, lady, what do you even have? Because they don't show up till after, and it's just like, joke gets better. It's like, hey, remember when Cap's friend killed his best friend's parents, and they jumped him for being mad about it, and then that guy got a job as a sitting member of Congress.
Damn.
So
but
yeah,
that's true though. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, so that's Bob's background. We wondered how they were going to introduce the Sentry in the MCU because it's a very OP character. It's a very OP character. So I didn't see how they were going to pull that off. I'm glad they found a way.
I'm curious.
I'm glad that Bucky is in this.
Yeah, I like it's basically Cap and Bucky or Sam and Bucky's year following their.
I'm just a Bucky hater.
Why?
Hey.
Hey man, I don't care if God was controlling you himself to kill my parents. I do not care. He didn't talk to me.
So we know who Shoyo is. We know Shoyo's an Iron Man fan.
Hey man, I will never forgive. I don't care, but hey man. And Captain himself,
I got nothing.
Bucky for sure. I don't care.
So that's kind of the dry run of the Sentry. I'll have a write-up for the Blerd's Eyeview website for the Sentry and several other characters coming from the wall. So stay tuned for those. But
or if we get any kind of mutant tie-in from here, especially if we're dealing with alter-dimensional beings, like
we're not rushing the mutants.
Goddamn water.
You're probably getting.
I'm saying I don't want like a full-on like here's the school.
No,
like,
there are no mutant tie-ins with the Thunderbolts.
No,
if anything, you'll probably get an incursion.
Yeah,
if anything.
Just sending people elsewhere, like if they see that world and pass somebody else in there. It's strange in there just dicking around. Who knows?
Actually, that's a word.
That would be funny.
That's a word. Otherly abled.
What?
That's a word.
Dude, what is with you? You just come back.
I'm not.
Nobody but Bucky. Okay.
I mean,
Will sat there and said I was overdue, so I'm just gonna fire off all of these.
The way The way
he's
his
got him
arm-
set up already. All he's doing is just tapping enter. He's just like, here we are.
So his arm gets control alt deleted again, and I'm starting to think Nebula at that she didn't have that hard of a time stealing it. I'm starting to.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw Bucky on the trailer, I was like, they should just take his other arm. That's just how I feel about Bucky. That's how I feel about Bucky.
Shoko has
I don't
K-Dot
care.
level hate for Bucky.
100. No, like when I say, it's just like I don't care who made you do this shit. I don't. It's up. It's up. And the fact that they tried to make everybody like, I don't care what excuse you have for Captain and Bucky. I don't care. Iron Man was right to try to beat his ass.
Nobody.
And they should have let him beat his ass.
He was right wanting to beat his ass.
They should have let him beat his ass. He
I
should have
mean,
took
Iron Man
both his arms.
got through the first punch, if we're being honest.
And they should have let him throw 500 more, is what I'm
Bucky
saying.
threw the first punch when he crashed his parents' fucking car.
Exactly.
What?
Iron Man should have been able to get his get back. I don't care.
He did get his
You
get
can-
back, and then he got 2-on-1.
These are secrets that it's just like, if you cannot carry the secret until I die, don't let me find out. Because why?
So by your logic, you would also be mad at Captain America.
I am mad at Captain, but I can't.
Okay.
Captain ain't in this. I've never liked Captain, but Bucky, yeah,
Cap traded
yeah,
his
100%.
Cap traded his best friend's secret for the right to hold the God hammer. Like he just, I don't need to do this right now. I'm gonna just keep lying to my friends. But
Damn.
Captain America is also an accomplice, and it's just like, hey, it would have been up for him afterward, but Bucky gets his due first.
I would say aiding and abetting. I wouldn't say accomplice explicitly.
Let
But
me
he
tell
does
you
help
how
you.
much I don't care about the different.
He found out.
parents-
He found out after he was unfrozen. How's that aiding and abetting?
Because
It is a
secret.
Ladies and gentlemen, the word for today is complicity.
Hey,
ladies and
no,
gentlemen.
because he was complicit in it. It's really just like, you supposed to be my associate. I'm not even gonna call us friends. You supposed to be my associate or whatever. And you kept this on ice for this long, and you was looking at me like shit was sweet. No.
And you
Well, he was. Well, at all respect, Bucky was trying to kill him early.
He didn't find that out until afterwards.
You're not helping your case.
Bucky should have been gone.
No, Bucky was fine and all was forgiven, but in Shoyo's world, both of them can get it.
They absolutely can. I don't care about Captain America enough. If he died in the line of fire, I don't. It's just like, hey, but Bucky is first. Then Captain can go second, but Bucky has to be first. It just makes sense.
I mean, don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel.
Right. I feel there's more to uncouth from this.
There's more to your story, please.
We got to do that later. Let's do the reaction for the video real quick so we can get to the K-Dot thing. Davey, what do you think about this second teaser trailer?
It definitely makes it a little bit more appealing. The first one, they were trying to show you who everybody was in these little snippets, and they were trying to draw you into the story, throw a little humor into it, but it didn't really convince me. But seeing this one, seeing a little bit more, I definitely want to check it out. As someone who's a comic fan all my life, I always want to see how you come up with different stories, because the Thunderbolts comics was just, you already know.
Yeah. I'm not so much worried about the humor, just because you got Red Guardian, Yelena, and Bucky there. That's gonna lock itself in,
Okay.
But everything else, I was already on board. Regardless, I was already on board. I just wanted to see what this team was going to look like, and it looks like they may do a better. Yelena points it out. She says, none of us can fly. None of us can do anything other than but shoot and punch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's another movie that dealt with a cadre of characters who did not match up to the villain that they fought, and nobody batted an eye.
Fate of the Furious.
I'm gonna need you to turn in your key card, Will.
You know what?
He may not be wrong about that,
sir.
He may not be
Sir.
wrong.
I am done.
But I'm saying,
gonna clap on that one, sir.
Captain.
But
The
it's more I was gonna say Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad, Suicide Squad.
Right.
Because the explanation was they needed a team of heroes in case they fought someone like Superman or Superman, in case he went bad.
Mm-hmm.
None of these people that you had, other than El Diablo, could not hold a candle to that dude. But at least here in the Thunderbolts, they're pointing it out right away.
Hell, you could say Doom Patrol if you look at it from that perspective.
That part.
True.
They were just as ragtag as they come. I'm not talking about when they brought Cyborg in. I'm talking about the original Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
They were the original Suicide Squad. Jesus.
I'll buy 3 tickets to this movie if Red Guardian says, "What are we? Some sort of Suicide Squad?"
I wouldn't doubt that they would.
I wouldn't be mad about that.
They'll probably pull that off.
If not in the movie, I'm sure there's a deleted scene somewhere.
Yeah.
I can see James Gunn going, tap, 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 tap.
I want him to turn.
Where's Trio's keyboard? I need it. Just
Spartan. I there was a blink and you miss it scene, but we saw it. And first thing I put in the chat was like, Spartan gets his wish.
I get my card buddy video. That's all I really wanted. I just wanted because what if teased that camaraderie between Bucky and Red Guardian. I'm like, why is this not a movie? or a dedicated show in itself. So we do get that because with Thunderbolts, they're gonna have to introduce some comedy. And like you said already, there's already 3 people that's gonna carry the boat, but David Harbour is gonna be doing a little bit more heavy lifting than anybody else just because no one's gonna take him seriously. So I'm content with that.
It is something that we discussed before when we talked about what if. Is the fact that we've seen this just a glimpse before in Civil War when Black Widow was fighting Bucky, and the first thing she says, "Don't you remember me?" And it's so much action going on, nobody really thinks about the timeline of things, and it's just like, yeah, wait a minute, the Russians did have them. They would have crossed paths, and now you're seeing Red Guardian, and he's been around for a while. They would have crossed paths, probably been on the missions together. Are we getting that in this movie? Like some tease of something that happened before?
Well, he did sit there and say, "What serum did they give you?" He's like, regular Hydra, I guess. Or something like he said something's like regular Hydra serum, I guess, like because Red Guardian's trying to see what they gave him. So yeah, that is kind of that whole thing of we had crossed paths back then, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So, Lady Meddler.
I still don't fully get the Void. I get it, but I don't get it. I did some cheating, and I looked up the Void and some of the people he's gone up against.
Yeah. It was a time. Let's just say that it was a time.
I can see how this movie could tie into the next one.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I did not know that. But also, does the Void like work backwards? Like, can he pull shit from other places?
Yeah.
Okay. So
his powers are considered the most formidable in the MCU. Like his story, if you ever get to read it, there's a reason why when the Void gets mentioned, like when it takes a lot of them to take him down, it takes a good amount of people.
Yeah. And the fact that the Sentry keeps saying like he's my greatest villain, that's because, dude, it's you.
I'm still, I don't know. I think, listen, look, I know it's Black History Month, but I'm gonna say this out loud and proud with my whole fucking chest. I'm gonna see the Thunderbolts before I see Captain America. I'm not gonna hold you.
Okay.
That's not so
bad.
Wow.
I'm sorry. That's how I feel.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to see Cap Thursday, so and I'm hoping I get my popcorn bucket.
You let me
When
know
does
how it is.
Thunderbolt come out? It comes
May.
out soon?
May.
Oh, okay.
Cap will be at the crib and on Disney Plus by the time Thunderbolts get.
And that'll be fine.
I'll be with you, Lady Mando, because I promise you I'm not going to the theaters to see that.
Shoot, me and Obi pulling a midnight run.
Sorry,
It's the wow.
I'm there Thursday evening, which is why we're not going to be here Thursday night. So,
you said Thursday evening. Me and Obi sneaking out at midnight.
Wow. Clarence's parents had a real good marriage.
So-
Who?
That they left none of that family funding though. So
right,
being an Avenger puts you in a 360 deal.
That is a 360 deal. Whew. So, really quick, we're going to take another quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the K-Dot Bowl because Jesus Christ. But he's dead already. Leave him alone.
I'm crying.
No.
Mustard.
There's
you got napkins screaming mustard. That's how you know you made in life.
I literally, there was parts of me that was saying, no. You, Freddie.
Not
you know?
no.
I was just like, no, screw
I'm
it. Just
crying.
screw it. You don't know, but whatever. You know? So, but yeah, we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about is this truly the burial of all burials plus the mission and the message?
Wait, see, Bama. Look, I don't.
Is that really the backup you're looking for?
I'm just
right.
I
never thought I'd see that day.
Oh Lord, it's about to go sideways, ladies and gentlemen. Here we
We
go.
are gonna do it. It's okay.
We'll be right back. In the meantime, talk to the computer. We'll talk to the ship's computer, Issa. We'll be right back.
Wow.
So Blerd Station has once again partnered with BlerdCon in order to host its live stream for 2025. Last year, we were able to focus and feature a bunch of artists, creators, vendors, and podcasters who are part of the Blerd Station press corps. With that success comes growth, and with growth comes growing pains. Virginia's internet service provider has now mandated that the convention itself pay an exorbitant amount of money for the internet usage for the live stream. Now, full disclosure, we've been advised to charge these podcasters who want to be on the live stream some monies in order to fund this endeavor. I personally don't want to do that because that's not what we're here for. That's not why we wanted to bring them in. What I would like to do is offer a sponsorship package for Black-owned businesses to have their businesses advertised during the live stream. So between their logos or even having an interview or just having something constantly present on the live stream that could do wonders for garnering some people's curiosity. Same way that the WWE works with Netflix and had those companies have those ads during that program. They knew eyes were going to be on it, so they paid that money. But what I would like to do is include the rest of the Blerd community. You all may not have businesses, but small dollar donations go a long way when it comes to grassroots projects. So anywhere between $5 to $10 to $15 from everyone that follows myself, Blerd's Eyeview, Noir Neon Vibes, 3 Black Geeks. There are so many of you who would love to contribute, but then don't really know how to. This is how you can. So, in all honesty, I really didn't want to have to do this, but if you could send that money to $$ Hellspawn, which is my Cash App, I will make sure that every single dollar goes directly to the convention, because again, we're trying to keep the black dollar actually blurred. And I have a lot of intrusive thoughts about asking for money and people trusting the fact that it's going to go where it's supposed to go. I've put together a bunch of photo shoots and video shoots, and I'm a producer at heart, but asking for money has always been a stickler, a thing for me. It just never feels right. And anybody that I've worked with, you can ask them that and they'll be completely transparent with you on that. So I'm still asking if we can get all those people who want to support the live stream for BlerdCon, send that money to me. And I'm going to make sure that we have the best live stream we possibly can have, especially with all these different things just popping up all of a sudden. I truly do appreciate your help.
All right, we are back. Okay, first off,
let's welcome Yo-Yo's keyboard back into the chat.
Hey, I have to.
She is literally the ship stenographer. Okay, she is the ship stenographer.
He needs to go to whatever closet is in that room that he's currently in. Go sit in it.
Jules.
You know.
So
like,
Sunday night we witnessed history.
Witness artwork. Artwork, ladies and gentlemen.
Black man.
Art. Pure black. There's no other way to put it. There's that meme with Jill Scott running around. It was so black ass. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the K-Dot Bowl. I ain't talking about the Super Bowl. Although that was an ass whooping in itself. Kendrick Lamar performed on the biggest stage in the world and had a mission, accomplished mission, a message that was sent and received, and a burial. I don't know how artistic genius like this could last forever, but I wanted to.
You could call it a homecoming too.
a damn good homecoming.
You'll see him coming to the Grammys. Everybody's gonna go, shit, that's time to go.
Yeah, turn around. Nah, just call it. The car ain't left. It's just bring it on back.
Stop the valet. Stop the valet.
This was right now glorious. To the point, even Sam Jackson, who, if you do some of your homework, is a bit of a revolutionary himself.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no bit about it. You kidnapped
that
Martin
man,
Luther King Jr.'s daddy. You got it. You got it in the bag.
that man you see on the screen sprouting all the motherfuckers. That's him. I'm just saying. That's not an act.
The man was the DJ, radio DJ, and Do the Right Thing. Come on now.
Yep.
Come on.
But the messages that were sent, the double entendres, the stage setup, the choreography, the music, the representation,
and all the black folk. Not a single ream of paper anywhere on the stage.
Only thing white was the outfits.
And they was black in themselves. Okay. Mustard.
there was definitely in 13 minutes there was moments that people are still dissecting this performance, because there's so much to be said. If you paid attention in the crowd, the message was sitting in the crowd. There's stuff going on nobody was catching. They were just like, oh, it was this. No, you didn't see that. There were things going on during this performance that just literally had me in my black tears and happy. And petty. I like this level of petty. This is a level of petty I can sign up for. I like this.
This ain't petty. This is a generational cuss. Okay? His kids are going to be able to talk to Kendrick. Well, not Kendrick. Drake.
Right.
Maybe one kid.
He musically stuck it up everybody's ass who gave him shit. He musically gave enemas to all the naysayers, the so-called
he had to go down under and still can't escape it.
Right.
No, it's actually insane that the same weekend this man was wearing a sweatshirt full of fake bullet holes with steams coming out of him on his performance, as if he got shot and survived. And I'm just like, are you serious?
Corny, tomato.
No, it's actually insane for so many reasons, but I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like the rap as a genre right now is just like, come on now, y'all. Like, there's just certain things that we do not take. These are things that we do not take. And why are you guys taking this? But yeah, Kendrick did his thing. It was cool to see.
Yes. To begin, if you had the chance to see that whole, certain streams you couldn't see, I guess depending on where you got it, you couldn't see the whole stage. That stage was the PlayStation controller.
Yep.
There was a series of lighting up, buttons lighting. And if you played GTA, you know that those buttons lighting up was the cheat code for full health, full armor, basically God mode. Basically stating, can't nothing hurt me. And if that didn't speak volumes to especially the black community, saying like, we've seen all of this before, we've seen stuff unfold, can't nothing hurt me. We ready. This is
for real. When our folks see messages like that and we resonate with it, that lets you know that we completely understand. Now, for the people who claim they understand but totally missed all that, this is a lesson that they will never comprehend. You don't get it. You'll never get it. And even if someone explains it to you, you're still going to miss all of the nuances behind it, because that's not your struggle.
There's a moment when he starts off, he said the revolution will be televised. You got the right time, but the wrong guy.
That was so priceless. Yo.
Dad told me.
I almost snatched my earphones off because I'm like, we starting strong. We're not here to play. We are not here to play. And
what's crazy, they had to review all of this. They had to review all this.
But here's the thing. They reviewed it, but they probably
can't do anything.
Once again, They can't do anything.
They
They
can't.
probably didn't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, double entendres.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that they knew.
You know,
and the only thing is that they can't do anything. It doesn't
Jay
matter.
knew. Jay knew. He knew.
The creative freedoms.
Jay ain't saying nothing. Last time he said something, he got beat up in the elevator, so he ain't saying nothing.
If that's who the review was left up to, then that let a lot of stuff.
I'm crying. No, it's just that when it comes to the Super Bowl, like someone made a good point, like a long time ago when they when they had Snoop on stage. I can't remember what year that is. Don't ask me. But when people were like, "Oh, we don't want him crip walking," and all this stuff. I think he was a feature. I don't think he was the main, but he still did it, and they can't do anything.
No,
because they're not. They're paying to do this performance. It's like this is their performance. After they get chosen, they are choosing what they're doing. They're not gonna. They can't tell you what not to do. They're still gonna do it, which is why.
My man was reading between the lines. He was like, "What they gonna do? They can't
No,
do anything."
because the not like us thing. I was really just like, you really thought that he wasn't gonna do it.
Yeah.
It was the 3 times of him faking it for me that was just like, this is the Compton that I love to see. This is it, because don't play with me. You thought thought I was not gonna do it.
Like I said, this man's level of petty is diabolical and must be studied.
There is key placement. When all these dancers get out the GNX and he's in the middle, people are just thinking that was just him being in the middle because he's the artist. No, they represented the flag, and him standing in the middle and them split up is a country divided. Damn. And it just kept going. And Sam Jackson doing the commentary and kind of being the narrator to kind of walk this thing through. There was a message that just kept coming. And I'm like, I hear you. Where do we need to meet up? I hear you. I'm ready. And I'm like, what do we need to do? And there was a point where Sam Jackson says, you need to stop. It's too loud, too rebellious, too ghetto. And I'm like, oh, this script is gold. Everything. Y'all got the one of the baddest MFers in acting to play this role and to announce all these lines, to speak all these lines. And one of the, right now, the king of West Coast hip hop, to come out here and serve a whole message and say, I'm going to give a show, but that's not my main goal. I'm about to give you these words. You gave it. I wasn't disappointed. Not in the slightest. And if you look up where he's doing I think it's right after he does DNA. After he does DNA, the crowd it says warning, wrong way. He's already going the route he needs to go, as we see this in the game. Once again, it's the game aspect. Sam Jackson comes in, he's like, no. And then he pulls back, slows it down. Brings SZA out. By the way, y'all gonna put respect on that sister's name and her talent.
I was surprised at her. Very, very surprised. I did not expect her to sound that good, and she sounded amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not you shitting on SZA singing.
No.
That's
that's not shitting on her. It's just that we all have recognized that she sings in cursive many a time. Okay, but she doesn't enunciate many a time. Okay,
Wow.
but she sounded.
Tafari,
really
mark that one down.
well.
Just sings in cursive. We
Sings
gotta
in
keep that
cursive.
going.
She sounded really well, and I remember Liz. I was like, she sounds amazing.
I bet she does. Can we please expound upon singing in cursive?
Nah,
Y'all have never. This is a running thing.
That
this is a running thing in the music community. People have always said this about SZA because she doesn't enunciate. Her letters run along to her when she sings. They run along together. It's just
yeah, like when you listen to her sing The Weeknd. I think I had to listen to that song at least 7 times before I understood what the hell she was talking about.
But she sounded good, and I was surprised because
so does a howling wolf. But good grief, I don't want to keep listening to the damn thing if I don't understand it. You know what I mean?
She talked about the Super Bowl, baby. She said,
I'm talking
about real life.
She sounded good in the Super Bowl. I was really just like, okay, good. You know, like she surprised me. I was like, this is really, and it made me think of, you know, because they do have their tour coming. I was like, okay, like that. You know, if this is how she sounds, like that would be nice.
Thanks, Navy, for putting smokestack lightning in my head. Really appreciate that.
Just for you, my friend. Just for you.
I want to go to my second in command. What was your initial reaction? Because I was watching you and Navy when you were doing your show. I was watching you guys live.
I ripped the cord out the
wall, like,
time to go.
I watch it on one monitor, then I'm watching you guys on, and I'm like, hey, and I couldn't type.
There's an important person here that we're trying to talk to right now, but there's somebody really, really important that's going on here right now. So we're gonna cut this shit short right now. Let's go.
Like,
yo, when I tell you,
Bama was in the comments. Shout out to Bama. Bama was in the comments. He was doing the countdown. He was like,
Bama was giving status reports. T
real.
minus 5 seconds and counting. There are children on the field. They're pointing at a flag. Okay, thank you for coming. Like a blessing. Good night. Click. What the fuck?
That's so funny.
But no, this was something. So I want to know, what was your initial thoughts on just the entire performance, the meaning, everything?
So I hollered. Navy and I watched it together. Once we ripped the cord out the wall,
and then threw out the wall.
Gone. I had almost every range of emotion. I don't know anybody that does. I immediately start to cry whenever I hear all the stars.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, because I didn't think that was going to hit me. The emotion was going to. I'm like, oh shit!
The drum beat. As soon as that shit came out, I'm like, oh wait, no! Oh, oh wait, I wasn't ready. So yeah, so
she totally lost her shit. It was funny.
It was like, oh motherfucker, I wasn't expecting that one. So it was. The performance was great. I think his timing in that with what he was doing and his timing with the musicality, the staging, all that stuff. Shout out to the team that put that all together because my God, my God, it was flawless for me. I'd like to see him come back. I don't think they're gonna have him come back.
Like most black performances, you only get once.
You only get one. He did it, and he got it all in one shot. No pun intended. Drake. I'm very glad that he did that.
That smile was diabolical.
That was from the core of Satan's belly. Okay,
because he was very specific on what not to say, like as far as cursing.
Mm-hmm.
And they came to that line, and he said, "Say Drake," and looked at the camera and smiled. I'm like,
that level of I know you. That's like, I know you watching.
He said the whole thing with his whole chest, and the smile was just icing on the cake. Like, I love that for him. I really like. I'm smiling right now because like. Just to see him walking down the street with that smile is it was just like, this is effortless. This is on a daily basis. This is just something random. This ain't something like, oh, I just practiced this. Like, it was like, hey,
I've been waiting for this one line. 3 months for this one line to look dead straight in this camera. And we walked through it. We did rehearsals for this. So I know I'm hitting these beats and this cameraman gonna follow me. I know it's in my soul.
I just feel like during rehearsal, he probably had the demeanor of how he was in Squabble Up. But during the performance, he was like, nah, yeah, I'm gonna smile for you. But when they were practicing, I'm sure
thought
he was
very
just monotonous and everything. Just like, hey, We gonna do this thing.
It was very much. You thought I wasn't, didn't you?
When a calculating mind goes quiet, you are in trouble. And Kendrick don't talk. He don't talk about shit. That motherfucker been dead for a year, and he's still doing this. He don't even know he been dead for a whole year, and he's still trying to kick and squalor and do whatever he's got to do. Kendrick, Kendrick got something else for that ass too. I know a thinking man when I see him. That motherfucker got something else to do. And I can't wait.
He's in Australia and can't escape the pain.
Kira said, Kid laid the trap card down and said, "Yo, move."
Reverse. Reverse.
Everybody said they wanted just the hits, and I'm like, he kind of did that when he popped out with Dre. I'm like, once you realized All Right was not that list, this was nothing but violence. Like this was we know be all right. The rest of y'all out there, though, good luck. Y'all in the press box.
I'm still mad how Snoop Dogg gonna come out talking about, you stood 10 toes down. Like, Snoop, no, Snoop. This is not.
I guess you would know, motherfucker. You ain't stood 10 toes down on shit since at least 1990 pick of number.
I'm so mad at him. I can't tell you. I'm like, how? Like, I can't imagine to be from Long Beach. Cause like, yeah, we all from Cali and everything, and we go for each other, but. To be from Long Beach, I know them motherfuckers is sick right now. Like I know they're sick.
It's so much
proud
to yeah, because
it's that meme. It's that meme from Tyra Banks from America's Top Model. We were rooting for you.
Mm-hmm.
We were all rooting for you.
Still was starting to give you Mr. Roger vibes.
Yeah, fucked up.
We might not have been rooting, but it's just like we weren't expecting you to
flip the coin like that.
This.
Right.
Like,
thank you.
You supposed to say 10 toes all the way down. Don't move.
Yeah, thank you for restoring the power of crip walking to the stage. It was for a few months there.
Good for Serena. I love
and that look on her face though. It was the look on her face as she was at the camera like, fuck you, nigga.
She's been glowing. She's been glowing. But somebody mentioned it was so funny. They were like, they called Serena up to dance in music when it's some petty stuff. And then they brought up how, Beyonce did have her dancing in that well, I Ain't Sorry when she was mad at Jay-Z. And I was like, you're not wrong. Serena said, I will always dance for some petty shit. Okay. You can call me and I will be there. It don't matter if it's crip walking. Or if it's something sexy, I'll be there. Okay.
Plus Serena looked good, which kills me about Stephen A. and his Widow's Peak 4K head 4K ass. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, since we're here, and Stephen A. and his
way back
machine hairline that said her husband should leave her because why are you still worried about Drake? Just first off, Drake's still worried about her, and that's the problem. Secondly, baby, do you want me to go on stage with you? We can crip walk together. Like I will dance in this nigga's break with you.
Serena,
where's the baby? And bring the baby.
No, because Alexis and the older daughter were in the crowd.
Yeah.
Alexis loves that woman.
Somebody said that her husband. Somebody said Serena's husband laid out her outfit for her just for this particular occasion.
He probably ironed it. And
if he did,
this little tennis skirt and little crop top. I got it ready for you.
I see it now, girl. Go on with those chucks I like. Just go out there and do whatever you want. You can wear those chucks too. I'm good with that too.
No, because Drake came after him too.
And again, this is this whole thing of like, I will never understand it. Drake won't let stuff go, but again, he's full on Aubrey now. The white side is taking over.
He's burned a lot of people from reports I've been reading. He has burned a lot of people, especially in the music industry. He has played
somebody at Duolingo.
Career.
Yeah,
and I this is his
he
moment.
Stole from Beyonce.
That was my next thing. That's one of my things. Imagine doing that and thinking your life was gonna be safe or be cool. Beyonce is chill, okay. Beyonce's like
you gotta worry about.
Beyonce has been very like y'all are not getting my personal life, so she don't give a fuck. But imagine dealing with her camp and everything, and they know what you did, and you think that they're ever gonna have a space for you,
baby. The story.
You thought Lemonade was an album? That was a warning.
Shots fired.
Drake does not have enough respect for people, but in this case, like I was talking to someone yesterday, I was like, I think really the biggest thing that killed him was like his lack of respect for Kendrick. He didn't have enough respect for him in anything from the beginning, and so that's what led him. That's why we're here, because at this point, I don't even think Kendrick is whooping him. It's really just Kendrick is doing what Kendrick wants to do. It just so happens that people are still worried about you, but I'm sure that Kendrick goes home and he's just like, "This is my song. Why would I not rap it?"
But he also sat there and said, "This ain't about." He said, "This ain't about feelings. This is about 40 acres and a mule." And I'm like,
right. It's not really all about the. It's not really about the beef. It's just like, because we're not going to sit here and say if Drake ever had the opportunity to do the Super Bowl when he was, going after Meek Mill, that he wouldn't have got on that stage and did all them songs. So this is Kendrick's song.
1,000%
has every right to do the song.
Although not to be really mean, but Lil Wayne fans, y'all need to apologize. Y'all Lil Wayne fans that got in y'all feelings about him not performing, y'all need to apologize quickly.
Wait, Will, why is no one even talking about him?
No, it needs to be said. It needs to be said. It needs to be said because you had some people thought, man, he should be there because New Orleans. Lil Wayne cannot perform no more. He's like
Lil Wayne shouldn't be doing anything in the limelight.
He should be talking, much less moving.
Somebody said he'll perform and be tired after the first song and one lock will fall out.
No, you're sick. You're sick. Nah, amen. You're sick.
Bruh, you serious right now?
And welcome back, Will. Welcome back.
I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy. But it's also just like, I mean, there are many people that can put on good performances. But I mean, this performance was a good one, and it was a timely one. He was not about to do none of that. He wasn't going to give a good one or a timely one. So we would have just lost out if it was Lil Wayne. I'm sorry.
I agree. I've had this conversation several times since the announcement of who was going to be at the Super Bowl. And the first thing I said is like, when's the last time he been hot?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He had a run. He had a run, but
he could just chill and live his life out wherever he want to do.
Like everybody that's out of that camp, that comes out of that Young Money camp,
they all fucking pillheads.
My friend said the other day, he said there is no way any of them are doing a Super Bowl, and even if they did, they would all have to be on the ticket because they couldn't afford it.
Because Cash Money took over for about 5 years. They didn't go. They didn't disappear gracefully. None of them did.
Not in 2000.
I don't get it. Like, Wayne, you're supposed to be the top dog over there. You're supposed to be the OG. Why did you let the YNs from YM get in your head like that? Now you're over here doing lotion ads, talking about what? we all get a little sensitive sometimes. When he what was it? When Kendrick dropped GNX, it was like, damn. I feel like, I think first off, no one said congrats, by the way, and I feel like I let Wayne down. And then he was like, y'all better leave me alone. And I'm like, I think you got in that booth and realized you don't have anything for him. Just made the Carter 6 instead, because now that's on the way. Like, yeah, there was an era, early 2010.
Fire for fire,
man. Popular song came out. If you didn't like it, you just waited for the Lil Wayne remix. Lighter flick, and there we go. But now, I mean, why did you think that was old to you anyway? Like, that's... If anything, it was going to be like a Louisiana matchup. It would have been like you, Boosie, Master P, and a bunch of other people. It was never going to be just Wayne.
So it would have been
none of that, though.
That nobody asked for.
Right, because we didn't need none of that. Who was asking to see Master P right now?
Boys.
That part.
I'm saying, as far as the location, if none of this had popped off, that would have been the thing.
No, and it shouldn't. I'm glad it never got off the dock.
Yeah.
Before any of this happened, Kendrick was just home being a happy black father, and then it was like, y'all want to go and bring Tupac out the dead for this shit? Okay.
Yeah, you sound the bat signal. What do you expect? What do you think was going to happen?
That's the weird thing about the other teams. Like, y'all, this was literally asked for.
The disrespect was consistently there from the beginning, and honestly, like from a rapping perspective, or at least you talking about like going bar for bar, there, like, because I remember when all this happened, I wasn't paying attention to it in the beginning. Like, I really wasn't. When I found out that he made an AI song using Tupac, I said, there is no way the entire rap community and culture did not say he lost right then and there. There's no, just that alone. And I'm not a rap head. I was just like, you're telling me that they didn't say he lost right then. To even use AI in a rap battle makes no sense.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
It seemed like every step after that just got worse and worse and worse. And I'm like, dude, stop. Like, I'm a hip hop head. So sing MF Doom right on my chest right there. You know, so is
you know what?
to see that level.
Never really catered to actual.
He's pop.
No, he's 100% pop. But people people look at him as if he is rap. So now you do have people that they're like, oh yeah, I'm a rap fan. Who's your favorite rapper? Drake. That's all I need to know, buddy.
About you and all
that's all I need to know, because we're not talking about the same thing, and I'm not even a rap head. Okay, I'm not, but you'll never hear Drake come out my mouth.
Yazzie, it was before we go back, it was a interview that Yazzie Bey, aka Mos Def, did, and even he said it. He was like, Drake cool, but he's not hip hop. He's more.
I know what you're talking about, because he's is more pop. That's all he is.
You'll hear him. You'll hear him like in the grocery store or something like that playing. Like you.
Well, I mean, you can't fake hip hop.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry. No, Black Thought. I'm sorry. Black Thought said that. Black Thought said you can't fake hip hop.
It's the mayhem saying Drake, because when he said I study rap, it's the fact that you say I study rap battles. You said that a long time ago, and here you are suing. Nobody has ever sued for
in the history,
battle. And you're sitting here suing not once but twice. You scrapped the first, and then you said, "Okay, I'm upping it." Okay,
like in the history of rap, in the history, every MC that has gone down in history, whether you were on the winning side of the battle or the losing side, never in the history.
It doesn't matter. Like, nobody has ever said, "Okay, I'm doing
feeling. I'm filing a lawsuit."
I mean, they never
hearing from my lawyers.
So lyrical litigation, huh? We were trying to go for lyrical litigation.
That's a punk move, because Jay-Z never sued Nas after Ether, and Nas eviscerated him.
They talked about that thing with Ja Rule too, and how nobody has ever sued over some shit that somebody said over a song, even if it was virulently disrespectful.
Yeah.
Even if it was violent.
Then Ja Rule tried to do clapback, and we all laughed.
And it
Drake is special because he says A at the end of everything he says, even though he doesn't sound like it. I'm the best in the game, eh? Don't worry about what I do, eh?
So
he's not genuine in the slightest. He just has his own problems that he'll never get over, I'm sure. But I really hope UMG takes him.
Yeah, for real.
Who says
quick.
That they study rap battles and cites Chicago? I'm not shitting on Chicago, but that's the first thing that comes out your face is Chicago.
It's on the list, but it shouldn't be the first one on the list.
I mean, it's a solid 2.
You're from Canada. First thing that
well, I mean,
your nose ain't somewhere in New York right now.
Canada. Chicago.
Jesus!
Ooh, that's an argument waiting to happen. But I'm just going to agree for the sake of this. For the sake of this episode,
I'm not saying Chicago don't got it because they're gonna. I'm just saying if you're gonna study somebody, go to the originators of the shit. Maybe.
That man didn't care about no originator. He think he is the one and only right now, which was his problem to begin with, because he thought he was that on top that it don't matter what anybody does, even though I got 20 ghostwriters in the pack. Okay, I don't even got skill and talent for real, but still, I'm number one.
They blew his head with that. His head got blown by that
The
mixtape.
fact that they asked his daddy about Kendrick's Grammy win,
and he said,
was
"I don't want to.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got shit to do with that. What you?"
But his daddy ain't got no loyalty. His daddy is there for his check every month when Drake calls on him to show up. His daddy is there for his check.
Where's the Meet the Gram song when you need it?
I think
So,
he should ask for more money.
Yes. So real quick, Tafari, what was your thoughts on Kendrick's exemplary performance?
Once we come out in the meditation pose, hitting all the direct look into the camera phrases, we knew it was gonna be a violent. I was hoping for all right, but I'm like, that's not a song we need right now. We'll be just fine. The rest of y'all, good luck. And the other 80+% over here, we're doing just fine. GG's over there. The GM had about 50 different people in it. On stage was security for Buddy, who pulled out that flag. I guess that wasn't in the deal because they all.
Apparently they
There's
didn't know,
there's
still,
more behind that
was-
person. There's
yeah.
more behind that person that I found out.
Although
I'm
no
like,
charges no charges have been filed against him for pulling out
yeah.
that flag.
He a part of the show, or did he just get a matching outfit?
They said he was a part of the show. They said he was a part of the show, but they didn't know that he
had the flag in the
wasn't
tuck.
planted.
Something
Yeah,
spoke to his spirit, and he was like, this seems like the right time to do this. And so,
which he wasn't wrong.
Yeah,
He wasn't
thank you.
wrong.
He wasn't wrong. He wasn't. If you know the history of that whole thing, and then you find out his name, you're just like,
and how relative it is to what's going on right now.
yeah. So you're just like, no charges should be filed.
I mean,
I did hear that I did hear that they said that he.
He's
can't
banned.
come to-
From,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
banned.
from
He's
all
banned from
stadiums.
the
He's
NFL.
banned from all NFL.
At which point he was like, "Oh, the job is done. Thank you."
I performed
I did my job.
for this one
On
man.
that Super Bowl, I got my power moment.
People always gonna police the wrong things. I mean, they just said that they can't do no charges, but they just said you can't come to no more NFL games.
And the great part is, he said,
"And
I got a TV at home. I'm good."
Wait,
I guess they got his name on the list.
What they do? They do that move like you can't come to more NFL games. It was like,
He my $200 per ticket. I'm good.
I would have threw that.
Who was it? Who was it? Who
face.
was the councilman that just passed with the black councilman? Old dude. He was he Detroit? Eric Mays.
Yeah, Eric Mays. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought. I'm like, that's like.
Oh, you're talking about
the
that councilman that cussed him out. Yeah, he's the one that cussed him out.
Can I have the floor? Yeah, he was literally like, you can't come to any more NFL games. And you can't do your NFL game. That's the first thing I thought of. So, yeah, too far. So go ahead.
Yeah, he put on for his city and his people. He did an entire. People wanted to be a body of work. He did his completely new album, which is fine by me. GNX had more people in it than a clown car.
He cut the floorboard out of a Grand National. I cried a little bit.
I'm very much.
I seen how it was set up, and I'm like, oh.
I hope that real car because apparently it was hard to find. So I'm like, damn. I hope y'all didn't like just standing on it.
They said they had a hard time finding that car.
A beautiful Mopar car, and you just cut the floor.
They said we got to do what we got to do.
Like that.
Kendrick said, "I still have mine." So, he said, "I had them try to find another one because it wasn't going to be mine."
So I guess it's for the sake of the good. A sacrifice needed to be made. Is that
cut a hole into an original Grand National? There are special places in hell for people like that.
I think the devil himself is just like.
I'm sure that after
did a good thing.
I'm sure that somebody will buy that car just because it was used at the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But
they'll figure something to do with it.
Yeah,
you can reseal it, but I'm sorry, I'm going to my car feelings right now. I'm sorry, leave me alone.
You're having a lot of big feelings right now.
Yeah.
Your feelings are valid, however.
The message was
national.
The message was. I'm not shocked everyone didn't pick up on it. That wasn't for y'all. It's for black people anyway. And then the harmonizing with the girls while teasing the song multiple times. Also the camera work for Peekaboo.
Yeah, the camera work was beautiful.
No breath control and no backtrack the entire show.
That was impressive.
Yeah, hey man, I'm sorry. I could not be the cameraman running backward because I would have failed. They would have been mad. They would have been so mad at me because I saw that man running backward and I said, "Yeah, no, buddy."
Well, they were X button, so he just had to rotate. But I'm like, I mean, he's freaking short. He just had to duck like this high and then just sneak.
I mean, what? Kendrick's what? 5'5", 5'6"?
He's not.
He was perfect.
He's a short king, and you better respect him. Okay?
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm not dissing him. I'm saying that works. Yeah. That works. That works for the practical angle.
Right.
Man.
Not just a black leprechaun.
Now, see, that was you. That was me. That was you. That was you.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was the chat. It was the chat.
It was the chat. Navy, what was your thoughts on this performance?
You know, it says so much that you can say nothing. When you see this young man has come a long way and he has plied his craft, but when his message was so clear that it made people stand up and either cheer him on or complain about it, you've polarized a lot of people.
You did your job.
MAGA went scurrying. You hear me? They are livid. It was boring. I went, nigga, what was boring? Oh, right, because it wasn't no ding, 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 ding. That was what made it boring? Oh, okay, I guess what?
Why couldn't
Don't
we
care about your
her?
feelings.
She was already in the audience. She could have just done it really quickly.
Oh my heavens!
When you see white kids singing that they're not like us, and the parents behind them are stone faced.
No, when you see TikTok and the majority of the people who are losing their shit in a good way are white folks, and they're comparing and they are screaming and squealing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to a curve. The turn is commencing.
Yep.
I don't know what else to say. I got chills at certain parts of the performance, especially when Serena was up there. I saw me and Lady Mandalore, we both reacted at the same time. She squealed louder than me part of the time. They were like, ah! Oh, yo, he's like, let's go. And I felt the chill in me. Because when
was so dramatic.
Especially when it got into They Not Like Us, when that intro with Samuel L. Jackson and it rolled into it, genius. Absolute genius. And you could tell there was effort. So this thing is 15 out of 10 as far as I'm concerned.
Highest rated Super Bowl halftime show to date.
And the most talked about.
Talked about, and it surpassed Michael Jackson's.
And the moon landing.
In the moon
landing.
I want to say it's somewhere in the 800 millions.
Yeah,
that's what I want to say.
If there's one thing folks gonna come together on, it's hate. I love that.
If you're gonna ride, don't be on the right side of history.
Right.
This is where you need to be.
Were you there? Were you there for They Not Like Us? And then the beauty part about this is 20 or 4 years down the road, when this little piece of history gets looked at again, it is going to be beautiful to see Black excellence and be saying, we got to see in 1 year In 1 year, we got to see Beyonce, Doechii, and Kendrick Lamar all give stellar performances, all in the same year.
Clapback season is upon us. Also, just as somebody scolded many times, I'm very much happy with the freedom social media managers have been allowed to take, because between the Looney Tunes, Sonic, and Duolingo, and then Elmo's just like, look, I'm just here for SZA. Just leave me.
I agree with Elmo.
Elmo. Red.
Oh man.
This is a nice lady.
Just engage in his rage, and he won't take the bait.
He didn't take SZA was a Rocco fan.
No, I said I left SZA alone.
Stop.
That's insane.
I mean, if you're gonna poke the dragon, throw a big rock.
Oh, Mayhem, what did you think?
Yeah, Mayhem.
Like I was sort of in like a stunned silence for most of the show. Like I couldn't believe.
I would have paid any amount of money to be there for that.
I couldn't believe.
Like it deadass felt like how we discuss our Marvel movies. Like there are Easter eggs. There's like codes in the floor, and then like Serena's Drake's ex dancing on the X, and then like it's like you have to go back and watch the show again to get everything and fully appreciate it. You have to know American history to understand everything that's happening in the show. You have to be hip and a party to Black culture to understand and appreciate everything that's happening in the show. You have to go back through like 13 years of Kendrick disliking Drake to understand how we actually got here. Like, I can't hear the verse that he does on All the Stars. I can only hear that as a Drake diss now. And he said, "You can't bring nothing true to me." Like, go back and listen to that verse. It sounds like he's talking directly to Aubrey. So it's like he promoted his tour. He undressed America. He uplifted Black people. And he put the nail in the coffin for Drake and sent a warning shot to everybody, like, be authentic, be real, and don't come up in this industry.
Don't
like
tell
all
lies.
all in 13 minutes. And for all the white folk, that's why, like he says it in the song, he did 13 minutes, did not curse, did not say nigga not one time. So if the man that does it for a living can do it, you can do it too, boo-boo.
I am with Lady Mandalore. Before we close out, I'm with Lady Mandalore when they went to their rendition of All the Stars, and I'm like, oh shit.
I don't want to cry.
I didn't know until after the performance that there were that many people that liked that song. If I'm being honest.
Song
Are you kidding me?
Anthem. It is the anthem for Black Panther. So that song, and not only that, it's the lyrics in the song. So once again, double entendre. That song means a lot in the Blerd community, a lot for so many reasons. So when it hit, it's bringing it back. Emotions about Chadwick Boseman. It's bringing back memories of like these words mean something. And when, just like Mayhem said, he's bringing truth to the industry. Like, don't play. And everything he was saying, I'm like,
look, I knew it was over when he sat there and said, he told Drake to his face, he gave him a warning. Don't tell lies about me. I won't tell truths about you. That was your first and only warning, and you didn't listen.
So
that's
this definitely was. This performance is not only one for the books, but it is one to be studied.
See, America, what you don't want to admit is what we already know. Our entertainment equals your bucks.
Here's a plus side. When the jackass in chief decides to show up at an event no one wants you at, and they boo you.
That was beautiful.
They booed him.
They booed him
I
out.
gotta go back and watch this.
They booed him the fuck out of there.
They're trying to scrub a lot of it, and they try to AI a lot of cheers into it, but no, he was.
Here's the beauty part about it. Fox News was able. Here's the thing: if you're watching Fox, and the only reason I know is because I had 3 televisions going on in the same house. My parents' house, a lot of people. Anyway, Fox Television, you can't hear the boos. You go to Hulu, you can hear the boos. Go to Tubi, you can hear the boos. Fox somehow figured it out to where everybody's like, wait a minute, Trump got booed? Yes, you could not hear it on the Fox channel. They somehow edited it out.
So that tweet that he would send out or whatever the hell he said, and we were all in the chat like, what the hell is he talking about? Because he was trying to pull it on Taylor Swift. It wasn't Taylor Swift. Because I'm like, what the hell does she do?
You Yeah, also it's funny too. He also posed with Patrick, or was it Mahomes' family?
Yeah.
That was some foreshadowing right there, sir. That was foreshadowing.
I don't know when that shit happened, but all I can say is that motherfucker got sacked 6 times in the game, and 3 of them were like back to back. I cannot tell you. When I saw the first sack, I was like, God, second sack, I said, bro, what?
See what happens when you anger the ancestors?
0-24.
This is why the ancestors is real. You don't anger the ancestors.
That's why it was DJ for biracials.
Remember when Queen Angela was at the Oscars
so
and Michael
ridiculous,
B.
man.
and Jonathan Majors was up there on the stage, and Jonathan Majors had that look like, that's the community right now. We're just like,
They had a disgusting game.
You sat there and took a picture. Someone sat there and said you should have been like Tom Brady during halftime and figure out what you need to sacrifice to win. Whatever you need.
This was literally my first Super Bowl in like 8 or 9 years, and then my first football game in longer than that. I haven't watched football in so long. Okay, I was sitting here looking at this shit like, there is no fucking way.
What you got, man?
Let her go finish. I got it. When you're done, I got it.
No, I was just looking at watching that game was really just like there's no way.
I'm glad Whoopi said it, not me.
Fried chicken, Lord.
We were all thinking it though.
Wait, fried chicken. What the fuck was that?
When we heard that, we were just like, "Oh, it's a wrap. You're done. You are done."
Voodoo doll of Patrick Mahomes just kept.
I see that. I see that.
You know what? That canceled out Barkley's wife and what she said. I'm like, y'all had to dig up something to find someone on her, but fried chicken is a pass, really.
Oh, make you change your life now, don't it?
All the drums are closed there. All the drums are closed there.
I just want to go on record as having said, because I said it to Navy. I said that the Eagles were going to sweep them. I did say that. Navy.
That's good. You should have told me that.
I did. No. You were told, but your friend talked you out of it.
No, he talked me out of it. But if I just needed somebody, like I said, I haven't watched the game in a long time.
You ain't talked to us. It's fine.
I was just like, I was just
money on this game.
100%.
She was going to.
No, I did put money. I just didn't put as much money as I was.
I mean, the Chiefs.
The team could have 8.
You couldn't share with the class.
Hey man, I told my
Eagles were 8-1 shot.
Let me.
You could have made some bank
at the beginning of the game. It was in favor of Kansas. Now I asked my friend who's an Eagles person, Philly and everything. I said, "How confident are y'all in your folks?" And I said, "Okay, I'm putting this amount on them." He said, "Whoa." And I said, "Okay, bro." I said,
your friend is a Chiefs fan. I can tell you off the bat. Your friend's a Chiefs fan. You should want the Eagles.
You are 100% correct, and and you are 100% correct about that. I should have just did what I wanted to do.
Exactly.
Yes, I would have put honestly. I told him after the game, like by the 3rd, 4th quarter, I was like, I really could have just put my entire savings on this game.
With the team tonight.
Show yo, rule number 1 of betting: you never bet on teams you like. Never bet on teams you love or have a feeling of. You never bet on.
Bar.
Hey,
my rule number 1 is don't listen to friends who try to discourage you.
He was trying to look out for me, but yeah, he should have had. I told him you need to have more confidence in your own team, okay? Because there's no way.
Because roll tide, one. Roll tide.
I'm a real quick.
Go ahead,
real.
Mayhem never got to get his list.
Say it.
No, it was not to big up Tom Brady during Black History Month, but he said something so petty that my soul just did a backflip. At some point, I feel like it was 1,000,000-0 late in the game, and Tom Brady said the Chiefs need to forget three Pete.
No, he did say that. Yeah,
getting 3 points.
Damn.
I said,
But that's really all they were doing. They kept going for field goals. They really wasn't getting no touchdowns. They got 1
because they got punched in the mouth. Four black men scared one white dude.
Are you saying Abbott Elementary about to cook up a fire episode? Wait till Always Sunny get their hands on it.
Oh, B. Yo, that episode.
Always Sunny about to have a ball.
But you saw was hungover in the writers' room at an early morning meeting.
They are going. They're anything dealing with Philly sports on that show is crazy.
Yep.
They are going to lose their shit for this episode. I swear. But we go get out of here. We're not going to be here Thursday because a couple of us has tickets to go see Captain America. And I am on a hunt for that. Screw that. I'm on a hunt for a bucket. I am on a
I'm
hunt
preparing
for
to
that
go
bucket.
to town.
He's gonna kick the bucket. Yes, he's gonna fuck it the bucket.
I'm gonna kick the bucket if I don't get this damn bucket.
You're gonna kick somebody for their bucket.
No, little girl, you don't need that bucket. Come on, get. Yeah, that's too big for you. Give me that. Here.
Think of going to college. You want to go to college? Here's some money for college. Give me the bucket.
Here you go, little girl. Go.
Resale is like,
I'll buy you some juju beans or something.
Oh my heavens.
Let your mama figure out where you got all that candy from. Go ahead, little girl. I'll keep this bucket. I won't want this bucket. We are out of here. We will see you next Tuesday. Please be sure to go check out Blerd Station if you are a Blerd creative. Also, check out the IG. I just put up a post earlier today. I am celebrating Black History Month for the entire year, all the time. So if you know me, you know me. Shout out to Tafari. He's celebrating all Blerd creatives for the month. So he's doing unboxings all month. We are always shouting out all our Blerd creatives and showing love. If you are a Black business owner, blerdstation.com. If you want a sponsorship tier, check us out. We're getting ready to do the live stream for BlerdCon 2025, which is next month. So you want to go check that out. Yeah, that kind of sums it up. Pretty much. We've ran over, but find us where you can find us. Go to the pages, go follow all of us, go show your support. Don't play games. K-Dot, thanks for that wake-up call.
Amen.
Because now you fucked up.
And now I want that shirt even more.
He's knocked out.
Now I want that shirt even more. Proudly display that one. It was like, what happened to you? I got 3 sets in the drawer right now.
Three sets is crazy.
I will, like, it's wearing out. Go get the other one. I got the other one in the drawer. That's what I'll do. We will see you guys next Tuesday. Catch us live Tuesdays, Thursdays, except for this Thursday at 8 p.m. Twitch and YouTube. Catch Get Bit and How the Frack We Got Here Wednesdays and Fridays.
Ooh, no new episode Friday. We're doing the same thing.
Okay.
Happy Valentine's Day for you hoes out there that got somebody or love yourself enough for two.
I am my Valentine's. My Valentine's is taking me to see Captain America, so I'm happy with myself.
I'm not celebrating shit.
Telling me I've been married for 23 years. I need a day to tell my wife I love her. Get out of here. That's why I carried that.
And then she opened up the door. Excuse me.
Right.
Okay. I love you. I love you, honey. I love you.
I was just telling them folks I love you so much. I don't need to wait no couple extra days. Check out Ma'am. He's keeping watch over the Blerd's Eyeview website, so go check it out. We're doing wrestling interviews. Maybe hell, I just
not
that
the
up.
fireworks. He is so dramatic.
You might be right than you think.
Yeah, might be wrestling interviews. Jay Cargill, come to the stage, please. So check out the wrestling write-ups, the special comic book character write-ups that I started interviewing or putting in. God Lord, I guess I am doing interviews for those. Horror movie write-ups by our very own Geek by Heart, and a lot of other news that you get dropped. Check out Navy Montel, Blerd Corn Speaks. Check out Shoko on her streams. Check out Tafari on his streams. We've given you the show. Kendrick's giving you the message and the flair. Answer the call. We will see you guys next week. We are out.
Bye.
Oh.